Good morning, everyone. We are please be sure to have your audio on mute.
You don't have to have a video on you.
Let's take it up. Broke bands can't Get with it, you know that's right. You know what time it is. It's time for the twerk me later. Shake what your mama gave you.
Stop. Stop.
All right. Good morning. So that took me back as a CAU alumnus. Go Panthers. That right there took me back to those homecoming days, those days out on the football field. Oh, when we were whooping up on Tuskegee and Hampton and all. All right, good morning. I am Deon Stokes. I am one of the directors and founders of Community Teen Coalition. I am super excited to host this event today, our second annual virtual HBCU College Fair. We have some amazing HBCU institutions on with us today. So I hope you are prepared to take note and listen for all the information these institutions have to offer. I also hope that you have brought a friend. So if you have the link, if you can send that on to a cousin, a friend, somebody in New York, somebody in California, Florida, anywhere, share it. This is an open event and we want to get as many people on here to get this information. So why are we doing this? It is still Black History Month, and in honor of Black History Month, we wanted to recognize and highlight these amazing institutions who have been around for many, many years, educating African Americans, and also empowering and uplifting the communities in which they reside. So I want to take the time to first, let's do some housekeeping stuff. So we have lots of groups who are on. I should have my Upward Bound, my Community Teen Coalition Upward Bound, and Educational Talent Shirt students who are on today. If you are on with either of those organizations, please type your name in the chat to make sure that we take account of your attendance, because you receive stipend credit for our Upward Bound students, you receive stipend credit for coming on today. I also have a group from Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated Phi Phi Omega chapter, #CAP program. If you are a CAP scholar, please also type your name in the chat and put after that #CAP so that I make sure that you are also, thank you, Christian, so that you are also able to receive credit for being here today. We also have another group, one of our sponsors from St. James United Methodist Church, and they are on with us as well today. And so if you are with that organization, please be sure to as well type in that you are here and representing. And then we have a lot of other folks from other places. So this is your time to let us know, where are you representing from? Are you out of state? Are you in another part of Georgia? Where are you? Who are you coming with? Are you with, I see St. James. I see St. James is coming up in the feed. All right, anyone else? Any Boys and Girls Club, YMCA? We got Mondays Mill High School in the building. I see you, Christian. Okay, all right, so keep that there, because I think a lot of the organizations are taking count to make sure that they are well represented here this morning. And I see you guys are still coming in. All right, this is great. Okay, the next thing, if you are with those organizations, I should be able to see your face. Okay, I don't want to see a black screen. I don't want to see just your name. I want to see your face this morning. So please be sure to turn your cameras on so that we can see you and take count of you being here as well. All right, the next thing, thank you. I see some of those cameras are starting to roll on. All right, so who is all with us today? We have on our call today, we have Tuskegee University representing. We have Fayetteville State University represented here. We have Bethune Cookman. We have Jackson State University, Hampton University, and last but not least, we have Tennessee State University in the house. All right, and we are also anticipating for Kane College to be in attendance as well, and so they should be joining on shortly. All right, so the next thing I'm going to ask my scholars, all my students on here, it's going to be a lot of information provided today. Please jot down questions. Please come prepared with some questions. We will have some giveaways today. St. James United Methodist Church is our sponsor for our amazing merch items. So please be prepared to ask questions, because we're going to have some giveaways throughout the presentation. So don't come just to hear your institution. We ask that you stay on for the remainder of the time to hear what all these amazing colleges and universities are offering. So you never know, you may be set on, I'm going to Hampton, I've received my acceptance to Hampton, but then you hear other things that are going on at Bethune-Cookman, you hear things going on at Fayetteville State University, and who knows, you may decide that there's another institution on here that's better fit for you, better fit for your budget and location-wise. So please keep an open mind on here as you gather this information. All right, so I'm now going to, everyone represented, and then we have my staff on as well. I want to shout them out, Mr. Stallings, Ms. Leggett, Mr. James, Mr. Chaplin, and Mr. Douglas. That's my community team coalition. Now, I should have some other folks on here. I don't know if China's on or Kiana, but they should be on as well. And Mr. Stokes, my better half, is at a golf tournament with my 8-year-old. So I'm praying that they are doing well there. So let's go ahead and get to it. So I'm going to pass this over. We have our moderator here, and I'm going to spotlight you, Dr. Lauren, and my soror.
Yes.
Dr. Lauren Elise is a Nashville, Tennessee native. She does reside in Atlanta, Georgia in the ATL, and she's been here since 2012. We welcome
Marietta.
In Marietta, be clear.
Marietta is not Atlanta.
It's not Atlanta. Let's be clear. She has a bachelor's degree in mass science and mass communication from Middle Tennessee State University and a master's of education in nonprofit leadership from Belmont University, and a doctorate of education in organizational leadership from Argosy University, where I got my master's. Okay. She works full-time as a social media manager with RJ Pierce Law Group, and she's also the CEO of the Social Media Dr. LLC, specializing in social media management for small businesses. So she's the person we need on for all of my influencers and public figures and folks who want to get into that whole world, social media career world. It's a career, it's a whole career. And of course, if it's not obvious, she is a member of the illustrious, amazing, distinguished ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. She is a member of the new Lambda Omega chapter here in Marietta.
No, East Point. That is Atlanta.
Okay, that is Atlanta. Okay.
Well, I don't know. Now the new song got me confused. I don't know what's Atlanta, but it is East Point. So it is Atlanta.
All right. All right. Well, thank you so much. And I am going to pass it over to you, Dr. Lauren, but before we do, I do want to highlight St. James. Our person here is Dr. China Steele, who's representative from St. James United Methodist Church, also a soror of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority.
Good morning.
Good morning. And again, the sponsors of our giveaway. So Dr. Lauren Louise, I'm going to pass it to you.
All right, thank you so much for the introduction. Good morning, everyone. All the students that got up on a Saturday, I commend you now because I know how hard it is to wake up and get some education. But today we're going to learn, we're going to have fun. We're going to get to know more of these institutions. I just want to show how important we're here for HBCUs. I know we're ending Black History Month, but Black History Month just doesn't stop at this month. It keeps going. What you do is the history that you create. So like, for example, different things that we do in our own lives, that's the history that we create for ourselves, for our legacy. So I would definitely say, even though I didn't personally attend a HBCU, I was very connected to HBCUs, and it's very important. I've seen different things that I went through that I missed, that I was like, wow, I wish I went to a HBCU. So it's very, very important. The experience that you get, the education that you get, the support that you get, because me sitting in the classroom with 300 people at a huge institution, I may have been the only person of color. I never got to meet my teacher. I never got assistance if I needed help with extra credit, because sometimes, let's be honest, math and science may not be my forte. Of course, communications, I can talk to you all day, but not having that HBCU experience on all levels, sometimes it was like, oh, wow, I wish I had did that. But, you know, I'm here to tell you that is the way to go. You can create the history, you get a one-on-one hands-on experience when you go to HBCUs, plus the experience is like no other. Did you hear the bands in the beginning? I was a majorette at one point in my life. You know, I think I could still do some of the moves, but that experience, just being at the games, you know, being able to do different things on campus. For Tennessee State, they have the Wednesdays where you dress up on the yard. You know, they play the DJ music. Don't tell nobody how I know, but you know, they have different experiences when you go to HBCUs. It's always, I mean, I've grown up watching A Different World. Just think of A Different World, but in a new age, like the dorms, people rep their dorms like that's where they're from. Like, you know, it's a whole experience. Like Wilson, oh, I live here, I live there. It's like no other. And of course, being a member of the wonderful NPHC, you get that experience too with HBCUs. That's where we were founded. That's how we started. That's where we came from. We were not allowed to be a part of white organizations. So we had to create our own so that we can have study groups, so that we can have representation. So that's how we were founded. So I am a very proud member to be the first Black Greek letter for sororities, founded in 1908 at Howard University. So that is HBCU. So definitely want to show that. And I want to highlight some of the celebrities that me and you both know that went to HBCUs. And I'm very proud. I mean, one of them I'm gonna speak on just right now, and that is Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion became a rapper, became a household name, but she still didn't give up on her degree. She still completed her degree and she went to Texas Southern University. Now, it's a little confusion sometimes about TSU, but Tennessee State University is still the real TSU, but we're gonna let her have that since she did go there. And of course, our Madam Vice President Kamala Harris went to Howard University. For her to be able to go to a HBCU and to become the first Black woman president, that lets you know how far your HBCU education can get you. Never let anyone tell you different. Look at that. That's proof. Like I cried when she, you know, won. So that's awesome. You have DJ Envy, Hampton, Diddy, Howard University. You have, of course, Spike Lee right here, Morehouse. If you've ever seen all the movies that he's created, some of that came from Morehouse. Of course, it's about Greeks. You know what I'm talking about. We have everybody, David Banner, 2 Chainz. I know y'all know 2 Chainz. I know y'all probably didn't think Rick Ross went to school. Don't let his music fool you. He went to Albany State University. Wale went to Bowie State University. David Banner, Southern University. Eva, the diva, went to Clark, Atlanta. K. Michelle, FAMU. It's like literally so many. Lance Gross, Howard. Taraji P. Henson, Howard as well. Bet you didn't know Lala went to Howard. Yolanda Adams, Texas Southern University. My beloved Felicia Rashad, Howard University. She's also a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So, and then Fisk, I did see she was in Friday. If you have, I'm sure most of y'all watch Friday for my new ones, but she also went to Fisk University, which is a very good historical historic HBCU that is in Nashville, Tennessee. They did a lot of things. This Jubilee, their chapter there for AKA is one of the first chapters founded in the Southeastern region. You see, I knew that. So yeah, I just want you guys to like really, really understand how important it is to go to HBCU. And especially now during these times, things have changed from even when I was in school. I know I look a little young, and this is even with no makeup, guys, but I am 35. So I went to school, I graduated in 2008. So things have changed. And you can see, I'm sure all y'all, I get on TikTok during the quarantine, so I'm kind of with you. I kind of know what's going on, but a lot of things have changed in our culture. Things have been going on. You've seen protests that I didn't get to see like when I was in school. So things are different. I watched it like in the history, but you guys in your generation, Generation Z, I think you're called, you guys are living through real history. Things are changing. And of course, we know what's going on currently right now today is different. So you guys have to make these decisions to create your own history, to create your own surroundings and everything like that. So let's get into the first college. We're going to get into Tuskegee University. I'm sure some of you guys have heard that. Tuskegee University is founded in Tuskegee, Alabama. This was founded July 4th, 1881. So they are historical, okay? And it was founded by Booker T. Washington. So we're talking about Black history. That's real Black history. All right, we're going to kick it off. And this is for Florian Dorlins.
All right, greetings from the campus of Crimson and Gold, where we, as you heard from the intro band video, Ball and Parlay. I am Florian Dorlins Jr., a recruiter here at the Titan, the Excellence of Academics, Tuskegee University. Before I start my little presentation, I want to give a few shout outs. First and foremost, I serve at the behest of my director, Dr. Courtney LaShawn Griffin, who is in the same sorority as our host and co-host. I'm sure that she would be happy to know that you ladies are doing an amazing job. To Dion Stokes, I want to give a particular shout out to whom I thought was your producer coming in and out of the screen, who turned out being your little co-host. And to Dr. Simpson, I want to go ahead and say, I think that in as much as the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is being reincarnated into a drama, I think A Different World has been reincarnated into a show from BET called The Yard a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken, focusing on GAMU. Nonetheless, another shout out to Grace Williams, the first student who logged on here today. I want to nickname her Amazing Grace. And to the other institutions that Ms. Stokes mentioned that might catch your attention, even if you know your heart is set on your institution and you hear something from one of the others that you may not have heard being offered at yours, perhaps that is an opportunity, as Dr. Simpson said, to feel empowered to bring it up to your admissions counselor or maybe your dean of student life to see if that's not something that you might bring as a founder or co-founder of said university at that university, right? Last but not least, I'm glad you all are not cam shaming me for turning off my camera when the bands were playing. I didn't want y'all to see me dancing and then it get recorded. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and if I can go ahead and jump into it, take a peek inside the Tiger's Den. So Tuskegee University, known by scholars of yesteryear, was considered to be the school of Scientia, Principatus, and Leadership. Speaking too fast. The School of Scientia, Principatus, and Opera, known as Knowledge, Leadership, and Service in Latin. But because of this individual's fame, we went with the first synonym and went for teaching instead. So with that being said, the question begets, why Tuskegee? So hopefully you get an idea of why Tuskegee might bring you to the campus of Crimson and Gold, but the question is, who are we? As you can see from the slide, in my opinion, we put Tuskegee on the map, centrally located between the capital of Alabama and the city of Auburn. We were founded on a date you might recognize on the calendar, and although fireworks may go off over the campus on this day, you will more than likely not hear the holiday associated with this date. More than likely, you will hear Happy Founders Day, Happy TU Founders Day, or things of that nature. And why is that? Because Tuskegee has a little moniker as the pride of the swift-growing South, one of the top 5 HBCUs in the nation, no doubt in part due to the efforts of the individual pictured on the first slide, who was hired at the age of 25 from Hampton University to be our very founding principal and then first president, Dr. Booker Telefario Washington. Now remember social injustice of racial proportion a couple of years ago, maybe even last year, an African-American dignified man was giving a press conference. He mentioned how he did not want his son to be a statistic. I thought about that. And I felt like I was a statistic, right? Being a bit of a numbers man, I feel like statistics can go in either way, right? Numbers can go up or down. You know, I'm a Black man with 3 degrees, one of them being advanced, no kids, no baby mamas, no felonies, no scandals. I've never been under investigation. I'm a statistic, right? Although be it perhaps on the minority report, but nonetheless. So a few positive statistics about the institution, right? We have a little under 3,000 students. I went to a little school back east that had a little under 500 acres of land. Tuskegee has over 5,000 acres of land. So that's right, freshmen are allowed to drive on campus. We do have a little under, I'll say, 10 students to every professor. So your professor will know your name. He will know your capabilities. You will be called upon. You will be challenged as you seek out one of our over 40 bachelor's degree programs. If you're like me, you might want to go to one of our almost 20 master's degree programs. And even I'm thinking about pursuing one of our almost half dozen doctoral programs. My office, coincidentally, is located across the street from the George Washington Carver Museum, who, as you all know, made more uses for the peanut than anyone in history. And so therefore, I'm proud to make mention that in a full circle moment, that Tuskegee University is the only HBCU to contribute growth of food sustainably on the International Space Station, no doubt following the legacy and template for scientific research that Dr. Carver did on this very campus. Now, why do people come to Tuskegee? Well, here are the top 5 main reasons. Since we have people, as Wendy Williams would say, on this program that are of a particular age, I'm sure they may have heard of a Saturday morning campaign called RIF. So since reading is fundamental, I'm not going to go down the list. I will say that if you have an opportunity to tour the campus, well, you'll notice that the buildings that house majors for 2 and 3 are on the same intersection. How about the buildings that house majors 1 and 4 and 5 are on the same strip of road? Everyone knows that 2 + 3 = 5 and that 1 + 4 = 5, but it's almost as if Tuskegee is making the education add up even when we're not even trying. Now, in terms of our mark on history, I'd like to start in, for all you Algebra 1 proficient individuals out there, quadrant 3, and go counterclockwise. Let's see if you all can guess inside which one is quadrant 3 as I started off, because that's right. Due to the efforts and sacrifice of the Tuskegee Airmen, no doubt, Tuskegee is the only institution of higher learning in the entire country to be considered a National Historic Site. Right? We're also the top producer, as I move clockwise, of African-American aerospace engineers, occupational therapists. And if you see a general officer in the military, that means admirals too, those people who have stars on their shoulders or on their sleeves, and they look like me, or maybe even our hostesses, well, chances are they have also graced the halls of Tuskegee University, which was also what? The first institution in HBCU lore to have veterinary medicine as a program. It's actually and currently the only fully accredited veterinary medicine HBCU in the country. So therefore, that means you can come here from freshman to doctor and in one campus achieve your academic aspiration. You don't have to worry about moving, changing schools. And furthermore, once you complete your junior year, you get that head start into your advanced training. And so therefore, you might have to graduate from a whole nother school and apply just to be here. On my first day, I met a Slovakian who came here so she could get into our college of veterinary medicine. And speaking of medicines, not Roll Tide, which I'm a fan of, not Auburn U, which I live across the street from, but little old Tuskegee was the first institution of higher learning, as you saw in that prior slide, to offer bachelor's degrees in nursing. That means it's one of the oldest in the country and the top tier program that has limited access. Moving forward, we also have what? A few celebrities that have graced our campus, like any other, I'm sure, such as Lionel Richie, Ralph Ellison, Tom Joyner. Who are they, you might ask? Well, hopefully a couple, if not at least one of these faces looks familiar to you, right? Our own American Idol judge, Lionel Richie, a gentleman who was formerly known as a self-proclaimed hardest working man in radio, Tom Joyner, and then of course, prosecutorial expert, a lauded litigator in the New Jersey State Attorney's Office, Marilyn Mosby, who, according to rumor, met her husband on campus. And speaking of on campus, what are you going to be doing with yourselves when you're not busy getting your butt kicked in class? Well, Student Government Association might be one. If you've ever run for homecoming queen, or let's just say the senior class president, imagine how tough it can be in college, or how shall I say, a little bit more difficult. It could be a dark, rainy day, and you can be all alone, but you'll still feel the shade. Why? Because there's money on the line. There are offices. You get to travel for the institution. There are a lot of perks to being an SGA, which also gives you a firsthand account of what politics is like in the real world. Now, I did have someone here bringing his brother to see the campus who went to another HBCU. He was in that HBCU's band. And when I mentioned the Marching Crimson Pipers, he wanted to say, oh, you're going to say they're the best, aren't you? No, I'm not going to debate with you about that, brother, but I will say we're the first, because there is no debate that Tuskegee University was the first HBCU to produce a marching band, hence the Marching Crimson Pipers. And speaking of first, the Golden Voices Choir, for all you singers out there, is our oldest student-based organization. Now, say for example, if you're a nationally competitive cheerleader, like one of our applicants, not only do we heavily use our cheerleaders, but if you come for a tour, I might be able to set you up with a meeting with the cheerleading coach. Now, say for example, I just got back from Florida and met alum from Florida, and they have shared with me that you might get down with, say for example, the Florida Club, since we have a lot of out-of-state students, and say, hey, yo, who's riding home this weekend? I got 5 on it, right? But as far as Greek life is concerned, no matter what fraternity or sorority you're thinking about, Omega Psi Phi, Zeta Phi Beta, Kappa Alpha Psi, I highly urge you all to remember that the top 3 letters you should ever focus on is GPA, right? When you see all these line numbers, the main number you should focus on, right, is 4, as in 4.0, right? That's college currency and ultimately your goal that you should be striving for every single semester. Let's talk athletics briefly. So as you can see, Tuskegee was, what shall I say? Yes, the 2014 SIAC champions in football. It's a humble brag. And other than that, although we do have a legendary ladies tennis program, for the most part, we are Division II because we put academics first, and there's almost an invisible gender line across the middle. So it's not unusual to see males and females jogging on campus together early in the morning to push themselves or each other. Now, where are you going to lay your head at? I mentioned that we have over 5,000 acres of land. So surprise, surprise, we have 14 dormitories, 5 apartment buildings, which is crazy to me, eminent domain apartments, apartments further on in the city, which look pretty nice when I drive by. And last but not least, you might want to commute from Auburn, which is basically a country town with a whole bunch of makeup on it. Now, where are you going to get your grub at? Well, we do have a few options listed here. I don't have to go into detail, although being an HBCU grad myself and having attended the oldest historically Black high school in the South, I like to go to the good old CAF where we get fried chicken Wednesdays. Now, what does it take to get into Tuskegee? Be advised, I'm not going to go down this list because, again, reading is fundamental, right? But if you go on the standard side, the numbers above can be give or take. A little less give than take, because you can go a lot higher with these scores, okay? However, if your scores are a little bit lower, then you might want to get a letter of recommendation on the standard side. If you have a weighted GPA, then I won't worry about your letter of recommendation. If you go on the test optional side, well, then there's no question. It must be a 3.0 cumulative unweighted GPA. That's all we worry about in college, unweighted. Don't be fooled by all these 5.0s and 4.6s. That's just to make you look good and appeal to parents about different school districts, in my opinion. That letter of recommendation can't be from your Uncle Junebug or your cousin Ray Ray. It needs to be from somebody reputable that we can research, right? And if I see 600 words or 506, I'm pulling out my red pen and making it like a slasher flick. So please make sure there's someone who maybe went to college or you feel is smarter than you proofreads your essay. Now let's talk turkey. There was a movie about 15 years ago, Jesus, I can't believe it's been that long, called Hustle and Flow. If any of you all have seen that movie, you may have remembered a lesson that the star learned from the pawn shop owner in the second half of that movie. And that is, if you want quality, you got to pay for it. So don't get taken aback by the sticker shock, right? Tuskegee is not obviously the cheapest institution of higher learning in the Castro state of Alabama, but we're not the most expensive either. And what's the best part? There are no out-of-state fees. So what will it take to offset some of these fees? These are the scholarships that the admissions department offers, but be advised, you must have everything on the slide in order to get there. So if you have a 3.7, but you have a 1030 on the SAT, well then guess what? The highest you're going to get is the TU grant. Okay. Now, if you go test optional, now it doesn't become quantitative anymore, where I just look at the numbers. It's qualitative. I get to pull out my pen again and decide based on a rubric if you measure up to the numbers. But the bottom line is that the early bird gets the worm, right? So even if you have a 4.0 and a perfect, as my homeboy would say, 1600 on the SAT, you wait till you graduate and apply, you can get in, but you might not get any bread because we didn't know you were coming. And speaking of coming, what dates do you need to know? Well, if you're a junior, be advised that in October, that is a very important deadline, the FAFSA. And one of my colleagues said, when he went here, they called it First Applied Shall Find Aid, the FAFSA. You should put that on your calendar to have filled out ASAP, all right? Otherwise, if you're a senior, May the 1st is when you need to get your commitment into the institution. And because I know I've probably pushed over my time limit, there it is. There's the kid. There's my contact information. Hopefully you can see from my image, I stretched out my picture for the slide. Otherwise, it's been my extreme pleasure. And now I think it is time for me to stop sharing so that I can entertain questions.
Does anyone have any questions for him? He did a great job. I love the references, and you're very funny. I didn't get that. Oh, you took it to brown. Those, I didn't know you was that funny. You got me. Okay. Y'all make sure y'all have some questions real quick for him so we can get those answered. I know he gave y'all a great presentation, and he gave y'all jokes and references that you can relate to. Come on, y'all, give them some.
They could use the applaud reactions or maybe ask questions in the chat, and I can answer throughout the program.
It looks like we have one from Trevor. What's it like to be a first-year student at TSU?
Ooh, so I say this to students all the time. I'm from a part of Central Florida called the hood, right? So it's not uncommon on any given occasion there, ka, 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 you know, the gunshots, the sirens, maybe the helicopters overboard. When I go to my apartment and my name is just 55 inches of flat panel, and that's all. Right, I might go into my bedroom, pause, turn on the other 40 from Black Friday, of course. You know, we try to keep the budget low, okay? But it's the same thing as a student on campus. At nighttime, you're only seeing what? Stars and other students. So when I come out of my office at nighttime and y'all are above me on the patio and it's all this, I'm like, whoa, I don't need to see that. I'm just going to mind my business and keep walking, because the campus is yours at night. It's like a little village, right? And students love being at Tuskegee, but don't take my word for it. Get accepted and get a tour.
You also have a bunch of questions, so I'm gonna help you kind of read them. Let's see. So do you guys have a criminal justice program there?
All right, so our College of Arts and Sciences was designed by Booker T. Washington himself. It's obviously evolved over the past 100+ years. The other side of criminal justice is sociology. So in that college, a lot of law enforcement individuals go into sociology, but regardless, we do have a law fair that comes every year for our College of Arts and Science majors. And even myself, I got my degree in sociology, but my department was labeled the Department of Sociology and Criminal Justice. They're just two sides to the coin.
Amaya says she loves your presentation. And someone else asked, Keisha, on average said, how many students earn the presidential scholarship?
Ooh, those are tough questions. Y'all are cheating. Okay, so first of all, Amaya, thank you for making me feel like it was worth my time to brush my teeth this morning, because you made me smile with that one. And secondly, as far as the presidential scholars, be advised, there is a limited number. That is the lowest scholarship awarded out of the entire list, because executive leadership says you must be essentially, and I'll quote him, a mythical creature to get that presidential scholarship. So essentially, we like to see nothing but arrowheads on your transcript, perhaps a B here or there, right? But what you saw was the very minimum criteria. We basically look for above that. But guess what? If you don't commit to the institution by May the 1st and you got one, you might lose your slot for somebody else who really wants to be here.
All right, so we do have a lot of questions, but I'll kind of save some of them for the next one. So I won't put your questions to the side. I'll come back to y'all. We're gonna make sure we get all these schools, because he did a great job. We ain't gonna let him take over the show. He tried, but I ain't gonna let him do that. No, but thank you for doing that. So next up, we have Fayetteville State University. Are we excited? Y'all put some woo. All right, so we have another one that was founded all the way back in 1867. I know some of y'all, it's hard to believe. Y'all think 1986 is like another whole century. So 1867, and they are they're proud to be the second oldest state-supported institution in North Carolina. So North Carolina, come on and raise up. We have Mr. Hawkins coming in to speak about Fayetteville State University. Let's go, everybody.
Greetings, everyone. Excuse me. I'm on.
Can't hear you now.
Greetings, everyone. Am I clear now?
Yes.
I'm streaming off two devices. My camera, for some reason, isn't working on my main computer, so forgive me for that. And so again, my name is Mr. Hawkins. I don't have a video to show you all. But I have a few slides that I'm going to introduce. But before we get into the details of Fayetteville State, I want to highlight my story in terms of how I came to Fayetteville State University, because you all put a lot of emphasis on Black History Month. And indeed, we celebrate the celebrities, if you will, right? We celebrate the Booker T. Washingtons, the Martin Luther King Jr.'s, and we look at these people who have had these great contributions to our society. But I dare to mention that we are all part of Black History Month, particularly if you are Black and you came through the HBCU experience and you are getting your education, you are part of the bricks that build up the foundation to which we all are a part of. And so I am originally from Los Angeles, California. I am a former foster child. I grew up in foster care from the time I was pretty much born to the time that I emancipated. And so having that type of background, education for me wasn't my priority. I was out here surviving. And so thankfully, I did have some athletic talent that allowed me to be looked at in a particular way. But I was in a place in my life where my athletic talent took me where my emotional state did not allow me to be successful. And so I had to go through some things, bump my head a few times, dealt with some hopelessness, joined the Marine Corps, got out, and realized that I want to do something with my life. I moved to Fayetteville, North Carolina, because I was stationed in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Didn't know that there was an HBCU here. We are very much a regional university, and we're working to expand to make sure everybody understands all the things that we offer. But I found out that I have a desire to be in radio, and I was a communications major with an emphasis on broadcast and journalism. And coincidentally, Fayetteville State had a radio program, a communications program that allowed me to participate in. But they didn't take me right off the bat because I had a high school GPA of a 1.7. So they told me, you are denied, come back when you're serious. So I went to a community college, got my grades together, got my GPA up, went to Fayetteville State, graduated with a 3.5 GPA. Now, you may not hear me and my name personally, but you're going to hear a lot of students who have the same testimony and the same story as I am. To me, the HBCU experience is about the second chance. And for all those that have been overlooked and all those that come from communities that are low income, or those that come from where there's not a lot of resources, or from the rural areas, Fayetteville State, with open arms, the way that the Statue of Liberty is supposed to be, receives all the students, no matter where you come from, who you are, because you deserve a chance just like anyone else. And so when we talk about Fayetteville State, we talk about first affordability. Affordability in terms of whether you're in state or out of state. And now I'm going to attempt to share my screen through my iPad so you all, the host has spotlight. Okay, cool. So you all give me just one quick second. Can you all still hear me? Dope. All right. Thank you, Grace. So right in front of you, you have two price points. If you're an in-state student, your tuition is $500, in-state meaning in North Carolina. If you're an out-of-state student, it is higher, but look at the tuition price point. At $2,500, you can attend Fayetteville State University. And we're able to do that because we have received a grant from the state of North Carolina, which most of you all know that HBCUs historically have been underfunded, and because of that have underperformed. But our chancellor has worked towards getting over $160 million, to which we have used all of that money to pour back into the university, particularly for our students and its programs. The first thing that we did was cut the tuition. And so this is called the NC Promise. The NC Promise provides the type of tuition that you see in front of you to give you kind of an outlook of what your total cost will look like. On the left-hand side, if you're an in-state student staying on campus, on the top left-hand corner, you can kind of see the total price. I think most of you all here are out of state. So I just take a look on the right-hand side. If you're staying on campus under the NC Promise, your semester tuition would be $9,537. Now, I want to put some caveats because the health insurance is something that can be waived if you're under your parents' health. So that's not a cost that you have to pay. We also want to emphasize that we do not charge for textbooks. We have a rental program that will give you all the textbooks that you need in order to be successful in your classroom. There is a rental fee, but we don't charge per textbook. Again, for our STEM majors, you all know how much your books are going to cost if you buy them brand new. So we're not going to pass that cost off to you. Also, if you are an active student, you will be able to go to our school, our summer school, completely free. You can take up to 2 classes, stay in a residence hall, and have your meals paid for by Fayetteville State University. We're able to do that because that $160 million is being poured into that education because we are trying to raise our graduation rates. We are again giving students a second chance to be successful in what it is that they have to do. Another thing that we're able to do in terms of cutting costs, if you are a military connected student, meaning your parents were in the military, if you use their GI Bill, Fayetteville State, whatever the GI Bill does not cover, we will cover on the back end so that you will be completely free in terms of your tuition and or cost to attend Fayetteville State. So these are we're just talking about quick, really, all the money that we're using to cut all the costs because we're trying to get you in and out. Selfishly, let me articulate the reason why we want you all to be successful is because you get your degree with us, you go out into the real world, you make your money, you're going to be happy about your experience at Fayetteville State, and then you're going to remember us and donate back the money because the money that you donate goes back into scholarships for the next person up. Again, Black history is not about celebrating those that are in the past. Black history is also looking at we're helping one another and remembering that you didn't start out by yourself. There was someone in front of you opening the doors, and that's what Fayetteville State is trying to do, open the doors. So now that we're done with the cost, I'm going to just quickly go over some of the programs that we offer. To Dr. Simpson's point, we were established in 1867. 7 Black men came together. The community actually elected them and said, listen, we need a teaching institution to be able to teach others so that they can go forth and push the message of education. And so they put in $136, all 7 of them put together. That's all that they can scrap up. And they bought a piece of land, 1 house, 5 bedrooms, and we started out as a teaching college. And from there, we have expanded over 155 years later with 33 undergraduate programs, 17 master's programs, 16 online degree completion programs, and 1 doctoral degree program. The doctoral degree is paying homage to, you all can't see me. It's paying homage to those that came through the education because we have the College of Education, and I'm going to go in reverse order and just kind of quickly go through this part. I'm moving stuff out the way, so give me a second. The College of Education, we offer concentrations all the way up and down the ladder, whether you're elementary, middle school, high school, special education, physical education, and next semester we're adding sports management. So all of our agents, our sports agents, and those that want to go in that field, that's offered through our College of Education. The Broadwood College of Business Economics is accredited by the AACSB. I'm gonna allow you all to look up that accreditation and see how prestigious that is. Our business school is actually one of our popular programs or colleges on campus, next to nursing and psychology. As a brief, just little bias on my part, African Americans by and large have pursued psychology as a major in the undergrad, and I'm not mad at that. I once looked at psychology also, but the problem is the field is so saturated that to bring worth to your degree program, you have to keep going to your master's program, become certified, and make sure that you take the test so that you can max out your degree program. Particularly for our young ladies, though Black women are the most educated demographic in the United States, but you all are not being paid what you're worth. It's not your fault. It's the way the system is set up. But again, we're trying to set you up success, give you all the information up front so that you all can do what you got to do. I have to mention that because Fayetteville State is 70% female. It's no relevant, no calls outside of you all are taking care of business inside the classroom. Salute to you all. In the College of Health Science and Technology, we offer the only accredited forensic science program in North Carolina. So if you're interested in the blood splatter patterns, examining blood and all the other good stuff, forensic science under the biology program is what you'll pursue. Of course, we offer a 3+2 engineering program, which means you get 2 undergrad degrees, 1 from us and 1 from NC State. And then the College of Humanities and Social Sciences is just a plethora of concentrations. I can't go through them all. I'm a communications major with an emphasis on broadcast and journalism. I got it through Fayetteville State. We also offer performing fine arts and vocal instruments, whether you play the keyboard, guitar, so forth and so on. If you're into cosplay, we have a major for that. If you're into video game design, we have a major for that. Visual design, graphic design. We even have e-gaming as a minor, and we have e-gaming as a esports team. The fun fact about that is that if you participate in esports and you win a tournament, all the money that you win goes back to you as a student, because the NCAA does not regulate that. So we don't have anything to do. Once you win your tournament, that's your money. So add that to your oodles and noodles bank department. We offer a cybersecurity degree program because we are 5 minutes away from Fort Bragg, which is the second biggest base in the United States. We offer intelligence studies. Intelligence studies, if you think about all the alphabet government programs, the FBI, the INS, the CIA, all of them have an intelligence component, which essentially is reconnaissance to make sure all is well. We also have a geospatial intelligence, very specific. Not too many people know about that program, but if you're looking towards satellite imaging and how people interact with the environment, that's something that you can get into. We have the pre-professional tracks. And, you know, just as my colleague before me was very, very transparent and truthful, I also like to be that way. And just want to tell you, our students, when as colleges, we say that we have a pre-med, pre-vet track and all that stuff, we're just saying we have a biology degree so that you can get your sciences and maths out the way, because it's your graduate school that's going to get you to where you have to be along that doctoral track. But we do have a special concentration in pre-law under our English department program. So all lawyers typically can go to criminal justice route or just a plain English degree, which I emphasize and say that's the best way. But under our English department, they have created a pre-law track that will allow you to get where you got to go. I'm going to actually end on this scholarship part. We're going to talk about merit scholarships and we're going to talk about institutional scholarships. The difference is merit scholarships come from the Office of Admissions. Traditionally, it's a one-time deal. Excuse me, the thing keeps sliding. Traditionally, merit scholarships are a one-time deal. It's a good job. You got a high GPA. Welcome to Fayetteville State University. Institutional scholarships come from the university for various reasons. You might have a great GPA. You might come from a particular background. There's all reasons why there's institutional, or you might be pursuing a major that is in line with what we have. Because of the $160 million that we received last year, our merit scholarships are now renewable. So if you receive a merit scholarship from us this year, you will be able to receive it the whole time that you're here with Fayetteville State. Our merit scholarships are in 3 tiers. They're in bronze, gold, and platinum. You get $2,000, $3,000, up to $5,000 merit scholarship. So if you're an out-of-state student and your tuition is only $2,500 and you have a merit scholarship of $5,000, you can get that $5,000 every single year, and that will pay for your tuition, not including your Pell Grant, not including other scholarships that you come in with. So hopefully you're walking away, again, debt-free. And in terms of institutional scholarships, I'm not going to go through all the scholarships that we offer. It's only one application. It's only one essay. And every scholarship that applies to you will automatically be applied to your account. You don't have to do anything extra. We'll do the research for you to make sure we max out all the money you have. The reason why that is because we're a nonprofit. We are not allowed to hold any money. So all monies that are poured into us, all money's given from the alumni, we pour into the scholarships to give to the students, because again, we want you all to be the best versions of yourselves. I would like to stop sharing now. Let's go back to the Zoom. All right. That's Fayetteville State in a nutshell. The nursing program is one of our best programs, and I want to talk more about that, but I think the program speaks to itself. If you all fill out the digital card that I've dropped in the chat, you all will be able to look more into that. And again, don't take my word from it. Come put 10 toes in the soil. Come see what Fayetteville State is about. If you can't come to Fayetteville State, come take a look. I did the virtual tour myself. I recorded it, but we also do it via Zoom. We can have questions, concerns. We have a spring open house coming up in March. We're here for you to make sure we give you the information so that you can make the best decision for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, Fayetteville State University.
Yay, I love that. First of all, thank you for sharing your testimony. That was awesome. I'm a mass communications major as well, electronic media journalism. I thought I was going to be 106 in Park Coast.
Yeah,
so,
you
know, things change, but I don't even know if the generations, but I love this. So I love that. You all make sure you go up. If you scroll up, you'll be able to see the link that he's speaking about. So if you want to get more information on that, check that out. Right now, it's time for some giveaways. So let's give it up for him. But I'm going to let a few people let me know if you have any questions. So let's see if we have at least 2 questions for Fayetteville. Okay, so we have one from Trevor Washington. What kinds of things are there to do in your school's hometown?
Thank you for the question, Trevor. So forgive me, I do not put a lot of emphasis on the social part. It's absolutely part of your development as a college student. But when you go to an HBCU, it's just a plethora of activities and things to do on a weekend as well as on a annual basis. So right now, the CIAA is going up in Baltimore. Students have taken a bus and they're up there. Our basketball team is currently in the championship. Shout out to them. On the weekend, we have a student affairs committee that literally plans activities every single weekend, because Fayetteville is kind of, if you ever look at the geography of it all, we're in the triangle. We're 45 minutes south of Raleigh. We're about an hour and a half away from Charlotte, and we're about an hour and a half away from Greensboro, which are major cities in North Carolina. So students come from these different areas and go to, those are bigger cities that they go and party in and go to different activities. But we would prefer for you to stay on campus. And so every weekend, our student affairs committee plans different activities, dorm room excursions where they have little competitions. We have what's called intramural sports, where you don't play for the university per se, but you play in a tournament, each sport on campus. And then on the weekend, you go to another university and they have a big tournament with everyone else. Hopefully I answer your question in detail.
You got a lot of hand claps, so people love the presentation. Also, another question is, as people said, excellent information, awesome sauce. Do you all have a dental program? That's another question. That is from Taylor Sharp.
So again, when we talk about a dental program on the undergrad side, we're literally just talking about pre-dental, and that's pursuing a biology degree. We do not have a specific dentist track at Fayetteville State University, but I do see the health administration program. Yes, we offer that under the Broadwell College of Business.
Okay, perfect. And then the last question we have is, do you guys have a healthcare administration program?
Yes, we do. That's part of, the Broadwell College of Business has the various concentrations: marketing, entrepreneurship, health administration, management, so forth and so on.
And real quick, Mr. Florian has a comment for you. So we're gonna let him do that real quick, and we're gonna go into the giveaways. So everybody get ready, get close to your chat, because you might win something. Like, who doesn't like winning something? So stay tuned for that. But go ahead, Mr. Florian.
All right. I think whoever came up with this program cheated when they had Fayetteville State on the list, because that guy was throwing all the greens, all the butter at the screen, 70% female student body, NC promise. I mean, why don't you just come out here and say your real name is Ric Flair? For Pete's sake. That was awesome. That's all I got.
Okay. All right. So now who's ready for giveaways? Let me get some, I guess, a little confetti in the chat. All right. Next up, we have for St. James, we have Dr. China Steele. She's going to give some good goodies. So you're going to get some paraphernalia from the different schools. So it could be anything. So are you guys ready? Y'all going to leave me hanging in the chat? Okay.
All right. I see a yes there. Thanks, Sarah. All right. We're ready. All right. First question. Who was the founding president of Tuskegee University? Ding, 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 ding.
First one answer.
Okay. Go, we have the first answer. That's Miss Boyce. All right. I think someone will get your address, Miss Boyce. Miss Boyce was the first one.
Yes, Aisha, if you can just send a direct message to Dr. China Steele here with your address so that she can ship that. And what did they win?
They actually won something from Tuskegee University. It will be a blanket, or it may be a tumbler, or it may be a key change. You will get something great, and you may get both.
All right, y'all ready? You got to be quick. Y'all got to have the typing ready. So y'all ready for the next one?
All right, last one. This is going to be the first one. Because of the NC promise, how much can an in-state student, how much money does it cost for an in-state student to attend Fayetteville State University? The first one was,
well, answer it correctly. Let's see.
Let's see, the first one, somebody said 5,000. No, it was Jemiah, $500. She was the first one. All right, Jemiah, direct message me. Cynthia Steele and Ms. Boyce, direct message me your address. You will be receiving either a tumbler or a key change from Fayetteville State University on behalf of St. James United Methodist Church. Thank you all. I'll be back for some more giveaways.
She'll be back. So now you see how it goes. You got to be quick on that. So she'll be back. So we got some more giveaways. But right now, we're going to get into our next school. I know this is so exciting. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. Next up, we have Bethune-Cookman University. It is a private co-educational HBCU located in Daytona Beach, Florida. So we've been to Alabama, we've been to North Carolina, now we're heading on down to Florida. So we're keeping it all in there. This was a HBCU that was originally founded in 1904. They started off as a training school for girls by Mary Bethune. So we're going to hear more about that. We're taking this over to Billy DeJust. So let's get ready to hear more about Bethune-Cookman.
HBCU, stand up. Like Jefferson. Hey, go. My HBCU better than yours. 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 Where you from? From the north. Where you from? From the south. Where you from? From the east. Where you from? From the west. My HBCU better than yours. My HBCU better than yours. Either from the SWAC or the MEAC. Come on. CIAA. Or the HBCU is where the beat we compete, but we're family. From the SWAC, from the MEAC, CIAA or the CIAC. HBCU is where to be. We compete, but we're still family. My HBCU better than yours. 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 Where you from? From the north. Where you from? Where you from? Where you from? My HBCU better than yours. My HBCU better. You can be from the SWAC, from the MEAC, CIAA, or the CIAC. At the end of the day, we got your back because we're family. We're family. From the SWAC, from the MEAC, the CIAA, or the CIAC. It don't matter where you're coming from, because we are still family. My HBCU better than yours. 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 Where you from? From the north. Where you from? From the south. Where you from? From the east. Where you from? My HBCU better than yours. My HBCU better than yours. Come on.
All right, good morning and happy Saturday. My name is Billy DeJust. I serve as the Director of Recruitment and Admissions here for the great Bethune-Cookman University. I bring you all greetings from our phenomenal president, Dr. Hiram Powell, our cabinet members, our faculty and staff, and of course, our phenomenal students here at Wildcat Country. We want to say happy Saturday, and hopefully your day is off to a great start. You guys have gotten some phenomenal information from these phenomenal institutions, a lot of great information, so you can't go wrong. It's just a matter of finding the best possible fit for what you guys might be looking for. Again, we're excited to share some great information with you today about BCU. I look forward to answering all of your questions and to make sure you get everything you need to know about BCU. So I'll get you guys a quick little promo again about BCU and hear from a couple of our student testimonials, and then we'll jump right into the info session to make sure you guys get all the details you might be looking for as we get closer here to the month of March.
Je suis dans le texte. Ah ouais. Ah ouais. T'es venu en boîte avec des meufs, on t'a recalé. Oh là là. Ni en tactile, ni en T9, zéro smiley. Non, non, non. J'suis pas des leurs, Robert, Marley, Bobby, Bobby. Comme un ever, comme jamais. J'suis dans le J'suis dans le texte.
Pardon me there, had the wrong part of the video. Let me get the right setup for you guys. Another little quick promo, and then we'll get going here. One thing you'll notice with many of our these videos are created by many of our students. So we want to make sure we highlight some of their work under our broadcast journalism department and some of the phenomenal work they are doing here as well as they get our work done for our phenomenal students. So you'll hear from many of our student leaders as part of this setup. So you guys can hear directly from those who are currently there as students. We'll hear from Mr. Senior, a quick little promo he had just not too long ago, a few days ago.
And good morning, Wildcats.
So we're here, one here, get this one for you.
I know how hard Ms. Thompson and her team have worked to make this day possible for all of you.
Apology. One quick second. My apology again here for, let me get sure I get you the right info. Okay. All right, so before I continue with that video, what I'll do is I'll get over the promo and then I'll show the promo videos with you right after. I'll share information with you about the institution as a whole. Taking you over to our main page here, where we share information with students about all incoming freshmen and also returning students, what's new at Bethune Cookman. We can make sure we get all those details for you. Founded by a phenomenal woman, Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune, back in 1904. Used to be called the Institute for Negro Girls, of course, became Bethune Cookman College through the power of love. She met a gentleman by the name of Darnell Cookman, who had an all-boys school in Jacksonville, Florida. And through their networking, they decided to start dating. They got married. And once they got married, they also married their schools, hence becoming that co-ed institution we now know of as Bethune Cookman College and now Bethune Cookman University in 2007, once we added the master's program here to our campus. So a lot of great historical facts as far as Dr. Bethune and the legacy she started to fight for equality, especially for women's rights. As we joke about all the time on our campus, we don't have a Vice President Kamala Harris today without a Dr. Bethune setting that foundation way back in 1904, fighting for those types of rights to make sure we all have equality in everything that we do. Okay, Bethune Cookman, who we are, our mission is very clear. It's to continue to educate young people in every aspect of life in creating great citizens. We have our great core values that we live by everyone on our campus. The acronyms are FIRST, F for faith, I for integrity, R for respect, S for service, and T is for a thirst for knowledge. This is what every student lives by here on our campus, and we hope that will carry over once they do leave BCU to make sure they do continue to have that same status that they live by, though those same core values will live on forever. Hopefully, that is the plan. All right, our school of programs that we do have, our colleges, we have the School of Arts and Humanities, Schools of Business and Entrepreneurship, our premier program here on our campus, Natural Health Sciences with nursing as well, our second flagship program on our campus. They all have a 75% graduation rate. Business and nursing done a phenomenal job. In fact, we just got the report from the School of Nursing. They are now, as of January 1st, every student on our campus on the nursing program as a senior already has a job lined up. And these guys are not graduate until May. So phenomenal job of getting the preparation done to make sure they have a plan for after college, not just getting the degree, but now what do you do once you get through? Do you have a plan for life after college? What you see on the screen is the expectation every Wednesday. Wednesday is our professional dress day on campus. Fellas, you have to wear your business attire, your suits. Same with the ladies to go to class, or you will not be allowed in that classroom. You can see the social aspect, social distance aspect as well. We were fortunate over the last few years. We never had to shut down our campus due to COVID. The numbers are really low here in the city of Daytona. We're 2 miles away from the beautiful beaches here in Daytona. So if you love the warm climate, this is the place to be. 35 minutes away from Disney World. So again, great location to get that education at the most affordable rate that you will find out there for private colleges. So we're going to have great packages available for you. And also this year, we are waiving application fees for all seniors, right? So if you're looking to apply, you simply go find the undergraduate link here. It takes about 5 to 7 minutes to complete that online application. You can apply right online with us here, and then within 5 or 7 minutes, you'll be done. Once you get to the final page of the application, you will complete the review of every information that was submitted, and then you will submit your email, and then you will submit and pay later. And then once we receive those transcripts, we get it done for you. You get a 48 hour, within 48 hours, you'll have a decision made automatically for you. This year, great news, we're also test optional, which means we do not require the test scores as part of the scholarship review. Right? If you have a 3.0 GPA or higher, you automatically go into our pool for scholarship consideration. No need to apply for it. We don't require an essay. We don't require a recommendation letter. In fact, we would rather have a copy of your resume, right? To get an idea of some of the activities you've been involved in high school, and finding ways to make sure we connect that, to make sure you can be involved in college if you choose to do so, to make sure we're putting it to use, not just a formality on there. All right. So very, very important you know that as well. Financial aid, where you'll find our FAFSA information. We have internal and external scholarship. We've done the hard work for you. We've already done all the research, and we have listed all of our external scholarship right on our financial aid page for you from A to Z. You will find scholarships from accounting majors down to everything you're seeing on our screens here, from $500 to $2,500. You find all sorts of scholarships, UNCF, etc. They're all listed here for you in alpha order. You just have to go in there and apply for as many of those as possible, all the way down to the very bottom where you have the Young Entrepreneur Scholarship here for our campus. Again, business entrepreneurship is really big on our campus. Our president is real adamant about every student. Hopefully you leave out with your degree. In addition to that, you should leave out certified as an entrepreneur. We have the business entrepreneurship program on our campus, which makes sure you have those basic skills where if you do want to start your own business after 5 or 10 years, you've already been trained and have the basic training to make sure you're getting that done. So I think that's a great piece. We've also added the real estate aspect under business. We have hospitality management, culinary arts. We partner with Disney World, not too far from our campus, where students can intern at Disney. And if you're a student at Bethune Cookman, you get 20% off your Disney tickets for you and your family. You're able to save quite a bit there as well. So make sure you make note of that. We also offer scholarships in athletics, music, dance, arts, ROTC. We do have Division I athletics for men and women, right? So we have our men's sports and baseball, basketball, cross country, football, and track and field. In the ladies, we have basketball, cross country, golf, softball, tennis, track, and volleyball. So a few sports are currently in season right now. Men's basketball coach, if you guys follow the NBA, Mr. Coach Reggie Theus, former NBA player himself, played with Michael Jordan for the Chicago Bulls. In fact, he was a former coach for the Sacramento Kings just 3 years ago in the NBA. He's now the new athletic director and men's basketball coach here for our program. And we're excited. I'm a big fan of his. I've watched him all over in the NBA myself. So it's very odd to kind of see him on our campus and coaching our team. And we're excited to have him. You can see Coach Diaz here with his staff. You can check out the players if you'd like, the player profile, see where these guys are from. We just had a great game on ESPNU this past Monday against Alabama State. It was nationally televised. So if you get a chance, you can check that out. You can go to YouTube, check out some of the highlights, and check out the team here. That's Coach Diaz with the staff here. For those of you, if you recognize him, you follow the NBA, very good guy. We had he and Coach Mo Williams, who's now the coach of Alabama State. He's a former NBA player as well, played with LeBron James for the Cavaliers. So a lot of great things happening on our campus. And by the way, if you're not aware, Bethune Cookman, as of 2020, is the only HBCU in the country with its own record label. We have BCU Records, where we're able to sign talented students through our music program, and they can produce and write their music right on campus. And in fact, let me show you a quick clip of what these guys are up to. Phenomenal work by our music program as they continue to shine and provide opportunities.
This is another Wildcat Report. Today's feature, Bethune Diamonds. This is video submitted by students who attend classes at BCU's Music Technology Department. The work they do will help shape the way music is produced and distributed throughout the world. To help fund programs like this, BCU submitted a proposal to the Propel Center. The project is called The Making of Bethune Diamonds, Cultivating, Preparing, and Positioning Music and Arts Entertainment Moguls at Bethune-Cookman University. The college and departments that helped put this plan together include the College of Arts and Humanities, the College of Business and Entrepreneurship, the College of Science and Mathematics and Engineering, and the B.J. Moore Center for Faculty Innovation.
Our particular program says creating music moguls. Yes. That's you, and you, and you. That is now where the bar is for people who come to Bethune-Cookman University to study in the music recording technology program.
It is my honor to present to Bethune-Cookman University a check for $300,000 to support your efforts. Congratulations. Thank you.
BCU is one of 15 institutions to receive $3 million collectively for student and research-centered projects. Representatives from the Propel Center, which is funded in part by Apple and Southern Company, toured the campus and even paid their respects at the foot of our founder's gravesite.
For that solemn moment at Mother Bethune's gravesite, and that allowed us to center the moment that brought us here today. This visit today struck a chord in my spirit. I looked when I walked through your building, it said, "Enter to learn." And when we left, you said, "Turn around." And it said, "Depart to serve." We are all humble servants. Because at the end of the day, when we meet our Maker, the only thing we want to hear is, "Job well done, my good and faithful servant." We believe the work that, Mr. President, you are doing here under your leadership with this great team will create America's next Black talent pipeline, representing Black excellence at the highest level.
This has been another Wildcat Report.
Again, definitely follow us on social media. It's posted on our Facebook and Instagram pages. Follow us so you can stay in the know as far as what's happening on our campus, what's new, what you need to be considered being sure you keep in mind as you guys matriculate throughout the year, making sure you're ready. The flyer that you'll find on our website, it has some information for you, the link to apply. Location, we're 2 miles from the beach, 45 miles from Disney World. No out-of-state tuition. If you're from out of state, we are test optional. We offer scholarships in academics, athletics, music, dance, ROTC, and the arts, right? So many areas to tap into to make sure you're taking full advantage of everything that's available to you and make sure you're not leaving anything on the table, making sure you're making a great Wildcat, making sure you're making your family proud and everything that we do. And also I want to highlight our nursing program before I let you guys go and making sure you guys see some of the great work these guys are doing to make sure they represent their schools. Again, 94% success rate for our School of Nursing, by the way. Every senior, I was so happy to get that news. Every senior currently here has a job already as of January 1st, which is what it's all about, is having sure you have that plan. So we'll close out with the nursing program and then we'll address your questions right after.
The nursing program at Bethune-Cookman University is one of our premier flagship programs. The program is fully accredited by the Florida Board of Nursing, and it's fully accredited by the Accrediting Commission for Education in Nursing. And our program currently boasts a 94% NCLEX board pass rate. And the NCLEX is a National Council licensure exam, and that is the exam that students take to obtain their licensure. Students will earn a bachelor's degree upon completion of our nursing program. Students are treated as family in the School of Nursing. Our nursing faculty embrace and mentor all of our students. Our ratio, student-faculty ratio in any class is no more than 1 to 20, and the ratio in our clinical facilities is 1 to 6 to 7. So students will get very individualized attention here and instruction. I'm especially pleased and proud about how well our students are able to perform. Our benchmarks are the same as all nursing programs in the nation. So our students have to meet those standards. We don't lower standards here for our students. Whatever benchmarks we set, our students reach those benchmarks. And I am so proud that they are meeting those benchmarks. That is why we have a 94% board pass rate. And our students are really sought after. In fact, all the agencies love having our students. In fact, we're told that our students are on the floor and they can take off running without much supervision, that they know what to do. All of our students have jobs before they graduate. Recruiters, the hospitals, they come after our graduates. They recruit them. They're only waiting for our students to actually pass their NCLEX. In fact, all of our senior students now, they all have job offers. Any student feel very, very comfortable here because everyone is treated as family, and we do take care of students here, and students take care of each other.
Kudos again to our phenomenal nursing program as they continue to excel, do a phenomenal job of preparing our students to make sure they have life after college, to make sure they are prepared to take advantage of every opportunity presented their way, making sure we're not leaving anything on the table as far as that experience that you have here at Bethune-Cookman. So that's what it's all about here at BCU, is continue to do what is necessary to make sure our students are successful. Again, my name is Billy DeJust. I'm going to continue to drop some information in the chat section for you throughout the presentation. I'll share a quick link for a virtual tour of the new dorms we have for new freshmen. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to put my email in there as well. I'll be more than happy to address those for you as well. Thank you again and happy Saturday.
I have a question for you. Are you doing on-site enrollment?
Yes, as a matter of fact, yes, if any of you guys are interested, my email will be in that chat. You can email me a copy of your transcripts and I'll be more than happy to complete a review for you. For those of you who haven't also applied, I'll make sure I get you a decision. And once you apply, within 48 hours, you'll receive the official acceptance letter to your email. And also with any scholarship information, you'll be included as well. No need to apply. If you meet the requirement, within 10 to 12 business days, you'll get that scholarship offer to follow as well.
Awesome. Thank you for your presentation. We got a lot of information. I mean, yeah, the record label, the nursing program, that was awesome. So you guys, if you're interested in applying, he's going to drop his email. Make sure you do that. We have on-site acceptance if you meet the requirements. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Sir Dion. This right here is amazing. I've never been able to experience this, so make sure you apply for that. Also, the question is, do y'all have a STEP team?
Without question, we have all Divine Nines on our campus, and we have another 7 social groups. So we have 16 total groups. I'm a member of Kappa Alpha Psi myself, Fraternity Incorporated. So absolutely, we just had a great STEP show not long ago for homecoming. So again, there's always great events on our campus when we host those phenomenal events for fraternities and sororities on our campus. Always available. But yes, we absolutely do have Divine Nine on our
background
campus.
on us. Okay, I love it. And I had the last question. We will have time at the end for more questions. Do you guys specifically focus on performing arts and nursing, or do you guys offer law programs as well? That's from—
Well, my apologies. Yeah, our top programs are actually in business, nursing, education, music, and law, which helps with the criminal justice, forensic sciences under the same umbrella. So those will be your top 5 programs as far as graduation rates and job placement. So yes, so feel free. In fact, I'm going to drop the link for the academic schools that we have on our campus. You guys can go in there and request any details that department will get the alert. And then they will follow up with you with specific details that we're going to be able to provide for you as far as the best practices, any recommendations, scholarship information to make sure you're getting all the details you need to make that work as well for you.
I love it. Everybody give them some hand claps in the chat. Thank you so much for your presentation. Next up, let's get ready. We're going to still have giveaways. We're going to do that a little later. But next up, we have the home of the sonic boom of the South. We have Jackson State University. They are located. They are public HBCU in Jackson, Mississippi. We're taking it back down to the South, deep South. They were founded on October 23rd, 1877. And a little fun fact about them, of course, if you haven't heard of the sonic boom of the South, honey, where you been? But also right now, what made big news is, I mean, some of the, hey, we have Deion Sanders, which is a Hall of Famer. He's amazing, also known as Prime Time. Love the fact that he came back and he went to become a coach at the HBCU. So that shows you how important it is to give back to this culture. So instead of going to a big school, he decided to come to an HBCU. And guess what he's done? He's made headlines. He's made news. He's everywhere. So literally, let's give it up. We have one of my sorors. We have Dr. Juno Jacobs, and she's going to talk to us more about Jackson State University. Let's go, JSU.
All right, we are challenging minds and changing lives at Jackson State University. I am Jenna Jacobs, the Assistant Director of Transfers, Readmit, and C2C. So thank you all for the invitation. JSU was founded in 1877 as Natchez Seminary in Natchez, Mississippi by H.T. Jacobs. Our president, Thomas Hudson, JD, is a JSU graduate, and we have over 90 programs, undergraduate, graduate, and doctoral programs at Jackson State. So for now, we're going to show a video. And Ms. Dion will assist me with that.
Yes, I believe Mr. Stallings is gonna, there we go.
Welcome to Jackson State University. I am Thomas Hudson, president of Jackson State, one of the most prominent HBCUs in the country and the 4th largest university in Mississippi. Let me take a few moments to share why I am a proud graduate of this institution. According to the U.S. News and World Report, we rank among the best HBCUs for 2021. We rank number 5 among the top STEM HBCUs. And if that is not enough, Jackson State is also among the top engineering schools in the nation. We were also the first HBCU to sign a pact to become a protege in the NASA Shared Services Program. But we've had many firsts. JSU was the first HBCU to offer a BS in meteorology, and we supplied 30% of African-American meteorologists employed by the National Weather Service. We were also the first HBCU to offer an accredited doctoral degree in business, and our College of Business is accredited by AACSB. Only 5% of business schools hold this accreditation worldwide. Additionally, Jackson State is one of only 2 HBCUs with an APA-accredited clinical psychology program. See, JSU is indeed a hub of excellence at the forefront of innovation, which is why we established the JSU Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. At the Center for Innovation, our students learn virtual reality, 3D modeling, and have access to a soundproof room to create top quality podcasts and green screen backgrounds. Of course, everyone knows that JSU is home to the baddest band in the land, the Sonic Boom of the South, and the Prancing J Sets. And our sports legacy is second to none. So if you are looking for a nurturing environment where you can maximize your potential and become who you are meant to be, you can do that at Jackson State University.
Welcome to the College of Business. I am Armani Wooden, a junior business administration major from Columbus, Ohio, and I am currently standing in the College of Business. JSU's College of Business is accredited by the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business, or the AACSB, an accreditation held by only 5% of business schools worldwide and internationally by the Network of International Business Schools. The COB offers a Bachelor of Business Administration degree with 7 concentrations. Additionally, the College of Business has its own career management and placement services that you can utilize, in addition to the university-wide Career Services Center. Our students, including me, and alumni have secured internships and even job opportunities at Fortune 500 companies and Big 4 accounting firms. Some have also become noted entrepreneurs and even deans of colleges and schools of business worldwide. For more information about the College of Business, please visit www.jsu.ms.edu/business. Thank you.
Hello, I am Jamarius Thompson, a junior elementary education major with a concentration in social science from Columbia, Mississippi. I would like to introduce to you the College of Education and Human Development. The College of Education and Human Development, or CEHD, is accredited by the National Council for accreditation of teacher education and is a member of the U.S. Prep National Teacher Preparation Transformation Center, funded by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Students in the CEHD gain hands-on experience through structured field and clinical experiences and assisting with on-campus centers, such as CEHD Kids College and the Lottie W. Thornton Early Childhood Center. The CEHD also provides curriculum, test prep, and other support services that prepare students for professional licensure in elementary, early childhood, secondary, social studies, health, physical, and special education. Graduates of the CEHD go on to be leaders in education. Our most notable alumnus is Dr. Rod Page, former United States Secretary of Education and former interim president of Jackson State University. Other alums who made significant achievements include Principal Dion Woody, 2016 Jackson Public Schools Administrator of the Year, and Adrian McDowell, 2018-2019 Jackson Public School Teacher of the Year. For more information on the College of Education and Human Development, please visit the link below.
Welcome to the College of Health Sciences, a CEPH accredited school of public health, the only accredited school of public health in the state of Mississippi. I am Anaya Evans, a junior communicative disorders major from Memphis, Tennessee. The College of Health Sciences houses the following academic programs: behavioral and environmental health, communicative disorders, epidemiology and biostatistics, health policy and management / healthcare administration, and social work. Our undergraduate programs offer the Bachelor of Science degrees in Communicative Disorders, Healthcare Administration, and the Bachelor of Social Work. The graduate degrees include the Master of Public Health, Doctor of Public Health, Master of Social Work, and the Doctor of Philosophy in Social Work. We offer the first and only Doctor of Public Health degree program in Mississippi. The college houses 3 centers and a clinic that primarily focuses on addressing the needs of residents in Mississippi and the nation. Prior to the pandemic, 5 Jackson State University students in the School of Public Health spent 2 weeks studying health in Spain. Some faculty are board members and hold positions in national organizations, and some have received honors such as Social Worker of the Year and Social Work Educator of the Year. The Communicative Disorders Master of Science degree program is accredited by the Council on Academic Accreditation in Audiology and Speech-Language Pathology. The Bachelor of Social Work and the Master of Social Work degree programs are accredited by the Council on Social Work Education. For more information about the College of Health Sciences, visit www.jsums.edu/CHS.
Hello everyone, I am Kelsey Ford, a junior majoring in criminal justice from the City with Soul, Jackson, Mississippi. And thank you for joining us for Virtual High School Day. I am in the Dolly M.E. Robinson Liberal Arts Building. And in the College of Liberal Arts, we like to consider ourselves to be the College of Culture across 10 departments. We are the home of the summa cum laude of bands, the Sonic Boom of the South, an award-winning theater program, a Rhodes Scholar finalist, Mississippi Humanities Council Teachers of the Year, and our Right Stuff, Tiger Tough, Army ROTC program that has been in existence for more than 50 years. In the state of Mississippi, we have the only HBCU music department with an opera, musical theater workshop, a fully functional orchestra, and string ensemble, as well as an accredited music technology program with a state-of-the-art recording studio and music technology lab. Students in the Department of Journalism and Media Studies gain experience in the university's TV station, JSU TV, and NPR station, WJSU, on staff for JSU's award-winning school newspaper, The Blue and White Flash, and annual magazine, The Experience, and in internships with major news affiliates around the city. Just last year, students assisted with the CNN Town Hall. Our art program is located here in the beautiful Johnson Hall. We also have a state-of-the-art Mac lab, along with drawing and painting studios. This art gallery now houses the JSU Art Collection, which is a result of 68 years of collecting artwork to support cultural and civic activities among students and the public. Our students enter fellowships and conferences at Ivy League institutions, and graduates go on to top graduate programs in their fields. For more information about the College of Liberal Arts, please visit www.jsums.edu/liberal arts.
Hello, I am Austin Heineke, a sophomore electrical engineering major from Chicago, Illinois. The College of Science, Engineering, and Technology, also known as CSET, houses an array of majors across the 3 academic buildings. Are you interested in STEM? Do you want to be a physician, engineer, scientist? Then this is a place for you. We offer state-of-the-art labs, including an earthquake simulator. We have one of the top chemistry programs in the country and produce the 3rd in bachelor's, 2nd in master's, and 3rd in doctoral degrees, awarded to African Americans in the country, mainly chemistry. JSU was the first HBCU to offer a Bachelor of Science in Meteorology. Nationally, the JSU Atmospheric Science program has produced one of every 3 African Americans who hold Bachelor of Science degrees in meteorology. A 2018 CSET made history when JSU became the nation's first HBCU to sign an agreement to become a protege in the NASA Shared Service Center, a program that will allow JSU to land major government contracts and assist with missions far beyond Earth. To assist with the success of its students, CSET has the Scholars Academy, as well as a student support service. First-time freshman STEM majors can apply to Bridge to the Future, a great program that will help jumpstart your education experience. For information on our College of Science, Engineering, and Technology, please visit www.jsums.edu/CSET2.
Okay, thank you. And hopefully you did enjoy the video. Can you hear me? Okay, all right. So as you see at Jackson State University, we have several points of pride. Let me share another a PowerPoint. We do have the 5 academic colleges. Of course, our students did go through those. Can you see the PowerPoint?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay.
Not yet.
Sure. Okay, how about now?
No.
Okay, let's see.
And students, get your questions ready. After Jackson State's presentation, we'll be ready for 2 giveaways. So be prepared to answer questions or ask questions.
Can you see the PowerPoint now? Okay, let's see what's going on here. Let me stop sharing. Second.
And so are you clicking on which screen you want to share that you want to show us?
Yeah, I have 2. I was trying to share the one just for freshmen. I think this is the one. Hold on just a second. Let me stop sharing. Okay, well, I only have the one up for transfers, but I'll just go with that. Can you see this one?
No.
No.
Okay, well, hold on, it worked in the beginning.
You want to send it to me?
Okay, I'll do that. Okay, you should have it now. Did it come through, Ms. Dion?
All right, did you send it to Kenny Stallings or my email?
No,
I have
it to K Star. You okay?
Oh, you sent it to K Stallings. Okay, Mr. Stallings, can you check your?
Yes, ma'am. It's coming up right now. It just came through when you open it up.
Okay. Can everyone see it now? I think we might need to make it a little bigger. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not able to.
Well, you can just tell me when you need to go forward.
Oh, okay. All right. And I know that we've spent more time, so I just kind of go through it. But we definitely want you to visit our campus. Of course, in order for students and parents to visit our campus, you would have to go to a portal to apply, and I will put all this in the chat. We want you to make sure you apply to Jackson State University. And of course, with the online applications, you can submit an online application and the official transcript. We are test optional for the fall, but you can submit your ACT or SAT score, but we are test optional. And for our scholarships, our first-time freshman scholarships, we have development scholarships, and of course, our college university major specific scholarships. And of course, we encourage all of our students to complete FAFSA. After students are admitted, then you would submit an intent to enroll form, and of course, your shot records. You can go to the next slide.
Keep going?
Yeah, just keep going. Just keep going. Okay. Yeah. All right, so your transcripts. Okay. For your transcripts can be sent to Jackson State University. I think it's the slide before. Yes, you can have your transcripts sent via eScript or Clearinghouse. They can be sent directly to our Tiger portal. And of course, for Jackson State, you can also get in contact with us at the JSU, 866 the JSU. And of course, we have our mailing address there, but I will answer any of the questions in the chat in a few minutes. But we want you to submit your applications online at www.jsums.edu/apply/. Okay, the next. Okay, you can keep going. Okay, so for our academic colleges, that was a part of our video. We have 5 academic colleges. We have the College of Business, the College of Health Science, and of course, we have the majors under each one of those. We have the College of CSET, which is the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology. We have the College of Education and Human Development, and the College of Liberal Arts. We do have 6 online programs, an undergraduate program at Jackson State University for those who would like to take an all online program. And then for the steps, we talked about that. For financial aid, of course, we know nationally the financial aid opened October 1st, 2021, and the deadline is April 15th. For JSU's FAFSA code is 002410. 002410. The priority deadline is April 15th. With scholarships, for freshman students, our scholarship deadline has passed. That was January 15th. For those students who are transfer students, our scholarships will open March 15th up until June 30th. But for our freshman scholarships, our deadline has passed. And then for the intent to enroll after a student has been admitted, then of course we have information on that, and we always correspond with the student. And all students have to turn in immunization records. Okay. All right, and out-of-state students only pay $1,000 more per academic year than in-state. So that's $500 per semester. So this is a discounted rate. We have more than 60 organizations on campus at Jackson State. Of course, we have the SGA, we have honor societies, community service, we have the Greek letter organizations. So we have plenty of organizations on campus. Other involvement opportunities, we have study abroads and internships at Jackson State University. Then of course, our athletic teams, we are a part of the SWAC Division I. And as you all know, we are the SWAC championships, not only in football, but in basketball. Okay, next. Okay, so you can reach us. Of course, you know, we have the Facebook page, Twitter. We can be reached everywhere on YouTube. And then we have our contact information on the last slide. Okay, so you can call us at 1-866-THE-JSU. You can mail your information. Of course, our PO box is there. But for any inquiries, you can email us at futuretigers@jsums.edu. futuretigers@jsums.edu. I know that I've taken a little bit more time, so feel free to ask any questions in the chat, and I will just answer you directly in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, giving us all the information, and I love it. Of course, I said I love the J sets, you know, just amazing. All right, and then also someone did say, well, I'm gonna go ahead and do this question. Trevor asked, Trevor Washington, how accessible are administrators, registrars, and financial aid officers?
They are very accessible. Of course, the office is from 8 to 5, but most of us are checking our emails, you know, throughout the day, especially in undergraduate admissions and recruitment, because we work throughout the day, the weekend, as you see today. So just send us an email. If you look on the website, we do have general emails for different areas. So we have someone who monitors those.
Perfect. Thank you for that. And she's going to add more information to the chat, like how you can schedule a tour, how you can do applications, all of that. So make sure you look out for that. Now, get ready. All right, we're about to give some more giveaways. Are you? And then also one more quick, before I move, I do want to at least give 2 questions to everyone. James Wright asks, what is the students' faculty ratio? Student to faculty ratio. Dr. Oh, Dr. Juno.
Oh, I'm sorry. For Jackson State, 15 to 1.
Oh, good. Okay, thank you for that. All right, any other questions she'll answer in the chat. All right, are you guys by your keypad? Who is ready for some more giveaways? You got to be quick. All right, I'm going to pass it over back to my soror, Dr. China. Cynthia, sorry. Gonna take it away from here and go ahead and get some more. Oh.
Okay, Dion, are you there? Dion, are you there?
I am, yes. Okay, I was talking, I was on mute. So we started off with a total of 85 participants when we joined on, which is an amazing number. Students, everyone that's on, it's not too late. We still have 2 amazing institutions to cover. So please invite any friends, anyone that you know that's interested in Hampton University or Tennessee State. They still have time to join on. But I do want to recognize our very first student that joined on. She was on, actually she joined on when myself, our team, our staff, our presenters joined on, and I had to send her back to the waiting room. I said, girl, you are here early, and we love being early now. That's early, your own time is how I learned it. So if Grace Williams is still on here, I want to acknowledge you, and I want to give you a gift from our giveaways. So amazing, Grace. Yes, that's right. Grace, can you unmute and just tell us hi? We want to hear from you. Where are you from? Where are you visiting us from? Or which organization are you with? Oh, that's ETS. Okay, there she is. Hi, I'm going to spotlight you. Hi, Grace.
Hi.
All right, so your educational talent search, which school are you representing from?
Forest Park High School.
Forest Park High School, great. So I know that you're glad to be on. What grade are you in?
10th grade.
10th grade. Okay, that's great. So you have a chance to really get all this information and really thoroughly decide by the time you're in your junior or senior year which direction you need to go to attend any of these colleges. So Grace, because you were the first one on and you were ready to get this information, we are going to give you a giveaway. Dr. Steele, what has she won? What has she earned today?
I believe that would be, let me make sure. Just 1 second. Drum roll, please. She won a Bethune-Cookman tumbler. Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. So that'll keep those beverages cold or keep them warm, whichever way you like it. And they will send that to you. So make sure you direct message Dr. Steele your address so that she can make note and have those sent out. And now we're going to do 2 questions. And I'll hand that over back to you, Dr. Steele. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, here we go. Get your fingers ready. Here's the first question. What day of the week at Bethune-Cookman is Professional Dress Day? Okay, let's see. The first one is that Jeremiah?
Yep.
Miguel, Wednesday. That is correct. Congratulations. And Jeremiah, you won a laptop stickers from Jackson State University. Congratulations. Okay. Please direct message me your address. Okay. And let's see. My last question just for this segment. Y'all ready? Okay, here we go. Who is the head football coach at Jackson State University? Okay, JoJo, the first one. All right, congratulations, JoJo. Yes, Deion Sanders. Woo-woo! Congratulations, winners. Direct message me your address.
And Dr. Steele, can we do one more for Bethune? Did you have a question for Bethune?
Yes.
Oh, that was Dress for Success was Bethune, wasn't it? Yes. Okay.
Yes. And
okay.
JoJo won let me see. JoJo won a flag from Bethune-Cookman.
Got it.
Nice. Congratulations to everybody. Look, y'all paying attention. I said that at the beginning, so that's good. All right. Thank y'all for playing. We still have some more, so stay. Hey, you got to get the fingers ready. All right, so next up, we spent some time in the South. Now it's time to take it. We're going to move about the South, even though, we love the South. Trying to take it on to Hampton. So Hampton University is a private HBCU in Hampton, Virginia. They were founded in 1868. So y'all ready to hear more about Hampton? I hear it's the real HU, but let's find out. Sorry, my Louis decided to come onto the presentation. Are you interested in HBCUs? All right, take it away. So we have it. William, all right. Give it up for William Davis. Everybody give him some hand claps.
All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome during this time. I'd like to give a good shout out to Hampton University, as well as Brothers of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, founded in 1911 on the campus of Howard University. So got to give a big shout out to my brothers. And also the AKAs out there, because your AKA is about to represent in Memphis, Tennessee for the upcoming convention they have out there. So the
Southeastern Region Conference. I'll be there.
So the areas are getting primed and ready for your colors coming out. Good. Well, again, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Again, my name is William Davis. I'm one of the new admission counselors at Hampton University. My hometown is Norfolk, Virginia, here in the Tidewater area, and I was also a graduate of Hampton University. When I attended Hampton, I was actually a business major, and my major was management with a minor in marketing. So that's pretty much what we call the Hampton intro. Give you some information about Hampton. Hampton was founded on April 1st, 1868 by General Samuel Chapman Armstrong. The university started with 2 professors and 15 students. From that time, it has blossomed into a total of 4,600 students throughout the entire campus. Now, we are located on the peninsula on exactly 285 acres of land. So we're located right on the area of what we call the Willoughby Spit Inlet. So we have 3 sides of water as well as a marina, which is located around the campus. Now, few of the notables that we have who attended Hampton, one of them was Dr. Booker T. Washington, who was an alumni of Hampton University. And while he was here, he was instructed by professors to go out and put together a university or college of his own. And that he was the founder of Tuskegee University. So we refer to Tuskegee as our sister college as well. So, you know, in conjunction with them, so there is a lot of history and a strong connection there. In addition to the program, a lot of notables we have who come from Hampton. If you know the comedian Wanda Sykes was a marketing major here at Hampton, as well as the mother of Dr. Martin Luther King, who was an alumni of Hampton University, as well as, how many of you have seen the movie Black Panther? We know Wakanda Forever. Well, if you've seen the costumes worn by Chadwick Boseman, Angela Bassett, Forrest Whitaker, well, they were designed by none other than Ruth E. Carter. She was the first African-American to be honored with her own Oscar for Best Costume Design. In addition, she also sealed her legacy by earning her own star on the famous Hollywood Walk of Fame. So this is a double shout out to Ruth E. Carter. Also, Barack Obama sat on our board of directors, as well as the MGM movie star Elizabeth Taylor for a time. In fact, she sat on the board when I was a student at Hampton when she was married to Senator John Warner. Also, Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks worked on the campus of Hampton at a time. She worked in what we call the Holly Tree Inn, which is now one of the dormitories right on our campus. Now, in addition to the history, we have a lot of big student life, a lot of things people could get into. Now, before I go further, we also have a famous alumni. How many of you have seen the movie Hidden Figures? Anybody that's seen the movie Hidden Figures? Well, you know that is a true story. And one of the 3 characters, named Mary Jackson, was a Hampton alumnus. In fact, she was the mathematician. She and her 2 colleagues were responsible for developing and organizing the space trajectory into outer space. Now, because of Mary Jackson's involvement and because of her legacy with NASA, Hampton University today has complete control of the entire NASA Space Shuttle program. So let that sink in for a little bit. The entire NASA Space Shuttle program. So anything that is launched, that's connected to Hampton University. NASA took it a step further by renaming their headquarters the Mary Jackson NASA headquarters facility as well. In addition, we also have the one and only freestanding proton therapy clinic in the entire world. This is where for cancer research, cancer technology, where they focus on things from prostate cancer to stem cells, we are the only university in the entire world with this freestanding facility. And this is located directly across from our campus. We also are partnered with JetBlue. Now, for anyone out there who has a desire to become a flight education major, you can actually obtain your college and your pilot license here at Hampton University through JetBlue's program. Upon completion of the program, you are offered a position with JetBlue, and you're also able to undertake an internship during the time you will undertake your studies here at Hampton University. Also on top of that, Hampton University has also become partner with Delta's program for the HBCU partnership to train the next generation of Black pilots. This is what we call the Propel Collegiate Pilot Career Path Program. Now, the way this design is that for any student who enters this program, and if you meet Delta's standards, you are offered a job upon commencement, which means you walk directly into a job the moment you receive your degree. Now, let me give you a little information about the application process. We accept students from all over the world. Out of the 4,600 students we have on campus, 1% is made up of students from around the world. We have students from South Africa, India, Venezuela, Spain, Germany, even as far as Turkey itself, to come on the campus and apply and undertake various majors. Now, when applying to Hampton, we take the holistic approach, which means we look at everything, not just the GPA, not just your SAT or your ACT scores, or just the essay alone. We look at the whole package. Now, if you're coming in as through what we call the merit-based scholarships, which runs into the application process. First of all, the student has to have a GPA of 3.3 or higher, an SAT score of 1030 or higher, and an ACT score of 20 or higher. Once you have met these three prerequisites, you automatically qualify for the merit-based scholarship. Now, this scholarship goes up to $25,000. It is distributed in increments of 5,000, 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. So for example, if you're a incoming freshman and you meet the credentials and prerequisites for the merit-based scholarship, let's say you come in at 10,000. That 10,000 is renewable for every year that you are a student at Hampton University. So this sort of locks it in. The second scholarship we offer is we call the Character Matters. Now the Character Matters, I'm sort of biased about this because I wish this scholarship was available when I was here. The Character Matters scholarship is fairly new because during the time of COVID, a lot of students weren't able to take the SAT or the ACT score. So we decided to sort of lighten the reins a little bit by implementing the Character Matters scholarship. This scholarship, in order to qualify, we require an essay from the student, as well as a letter of recommendation from someone who can attest the student's character. Now, for the Character Matters scholarship, there is no set GPA or scholastic SAT or ACT score. All you have to do is exemplify character in your exhibit during the whole time you were at Hampton, and that is $10,000 a year right off the top. So if you look at, there are only two prerequisites: your essay and the letter of recommendation. All you have to do is essentially come on campus, be a good student, be diligent, exemplifying that character, and that's $10,000. So at the end of 4 years or 5 years, however long you are the individuals at Hampton, that's $40,000 or higher across the board. And it is renewable every year. The third scholarship we have is what we call the Legacy. In order to qualify for the Legacy, the student must be a descendant of a parent, mother, father, grandfather, grandmother, or great-grandfather or great-grandmother who in fact was a Hampton graduate, a Hamptonian. And this paperwork, it takes about 5 to 6 minutes to fill it out. And that scholarship is $1,000 every year. So again, once you apply for the Legacy, it's $1,000. So again, going back, we have the merit-based scholarship, maximum is $25. Character scholarship is $10,000. Legacy scholarship is $1,000. Now, at Hampton, if you are a student who has a 3.29999, what do you have? You have a 3.299 because at Hampton, we do not round. We do not round. So one of the questions we're often asked is, what do we have to do? Does the student lose their merit-based scholarship? The answer to that is yes, they do. If you go below a 3.3, then you lose the scholarship. Once that scholarship is lost, it is lost forever. That ship has sailed, it is gone, you cannot get it back. So if you are a student striving, so it's sort of the potential for the students to shoot for a 3.7 or 3.8 because it allows you a lot of wiggle room. If you have a 3.7, let's say your GPA drops to a 3.5. That's okay because you're still above that 3.3 GPA. We are also a test optional. So with that being said, these are prerequisites for all three scholarships that we do have. Now for the scholarship, we also have the room scholarship. When the person is awarded the merit-based scholarship, there's an advance payment of $600. And once that is paid, that locks that room in for the time that they're at Hampton. That $600 is also applied to your overall room and board. The yearly tuition for Hampton is total $40,000, and that's including books, where you sleep, where you meet, the whole package. Outside of that, not counting that, if you take out the room and everything, you're looking at about $26,000 or $27,000 for that year. Now, if you are incoming freshman, and let's say you have received scholarships from an outside entity outside of Hampton University, you can, in fact, to some degree, stack those. They are stackable. So that means that enables you to probably get more off, which enables you more of a benefit during the time you are a student at Hampton. Okay. Now, if they're very important, AP and IB and DE classes. If you are a student and you are taking AP or IB courses, for the AP and IB, these credits are transferable to Hampton University. In order for the credits to transfer, if you are undertaking a English and other liberal science course, you must score a 3 or higher. If you are undertaking a math and science, you must score a 4 or higher. That's all, and those courses will transfer. Now, for the DEU, the dual enrollment courses, again, these are also transferable. If you are taking a course at a nearby college or university, prior to your transcripts being sent, once you receive the course in the grade in that course, it's important for you to submit the transcript from that college, indicating those courses you have taken, to combine with your transcript, high school transcript, and submit to us. Because this way we can see exactly what courses you've taken and which courses are transferable. Because sometimes if you're taking a course at a university or a college, they may not send a transcript to you. They may not sort of tack it on your high school transcript. This is why we ask to see the transcript from the college or university. So when you submit your transcript, try to submit that transcript from the college or the university showing those dual enrollment courses. Actually, the dual enrollment courses are more advantageous because you come in with credits already applied to your major. So that puts you on a fast track to graduation. Okay. Now, once you have those and they're transferable, you're good to go. Now, the link to send the application packet is, I will put it in the chat box. It is get a chance to write this down. It's application status at hamptonu.edu. That is where you send a package. Now, for the character scholarship, you do have to apply separately for that scholarship. To submit the application for Character Matters, the link is Character Matters at hamptonu.edu. That is where you send the application for the Character Matter Scholarship. Now, for student life, getting into student life, because this is something that a lot of the freshmen want to know about. Well, what do we do what is there to do during our freshman year? Or, how can we find our way around? No worries. When you come in as a freshman, we understand that it's a new thing for many people. It's the first time away from home. You're out from under the parents. You have a lot of freedom. This is exposure like you've never seen. It's a brand new world out there. You're getting your feet wet. Okay. But in getting your feet wet, we also like to make students feel at home, and we also like to nurture the students as well. So when you come in your freshman year, you're generally assigned a big brother or a big sister. And this is someone who's going to show you around the campus, make themselves available to you if you have any questions, any concern, anything at all. We also have student counselors on board to help a student if they may be going through anything such as anxiety. Again, being away from home for the first time, you're in a different surrounding, you're surrounded by new people, you exactly don't know what to do. It's like you're sort of lost out there in the wilderness and you're looking for a lifeline to pull you through so you can see some light, out of all the darkness. So we let the students feel that they're welcome. So we have a lot of amenities. We have a theater on campus. We have a bowling alley. We have a lot of the lacrosse team. We got the track team. We've got basketball. We got football. Hampton is Division I. We're members of the CAA as well as the NCAA. And we're also a member of the Big South. So that's a big plus for us as well. So we have a lot of things that we do to keep busy. We have the Greek life. We just opened a few years ago the Greek Plaza. This is where students converge to watch the latest strolls from the sororities, the fraternities. And we have every other week, the Omegas, the Kappas, the AKAs or the Deltas will put on a show or put on a stroll or various steps showing their latest moves. And your AKAs, and Deltas out there, how to set it out. So that's a plus. So that's great. So again, we always like to make people feel that they're very welcome in what they have to do. Now, we also have seven schools of discipline located on Hampton University. We have the School of Nursing. This is where you can undertake courses to prepare for the nursing field. We have the School of Pharmacy. This is where we call 6 and 6, 6 years, 6 figures. In the School of Pharmacy, you have 1 or 2 areas that you can matriculate. The first is the School of the Industry track and the Pre-Pharm track. In the industry, you're learning the fundamentals, the foundations, such as sales, marketing, regulatory affairs, and research. So give it for the market. The second is the pre-pharm ed. This is where once you complete the prerequisites for the pre-med, pre-health check or track, then you have to apply for the doctorate program once you get in there. And then once you finish that program, you come out in 6 figures. So this is a program that we find many people come in as a pharmacy major. We also have the School of Business. The School of Business, one can major in marketing, accounting, finance, entrepreneurship, and we also have the 5-year MBA program, which means within 5 years, by the time you graduate with your undergraduate and your master's. Now, we have a lot of Fortune 500 companies who come to Hampton to look for new recruit, fresh talent, and those who are very astute in the field of business because the program is very meticulous. We have companies such as Hasbro, Google, Disney, Paramount, Federal Aviation Authority, and the list goes on and on. Once you come out of Hampton with that degree, it has a 100% employment rate. That means everyone who goes through that program comes out with a job. Now, the course is very, very rigorous because various times during the week, men and women are destined or authorized to come in wearing suits, ladies, professional dress, because the code that they push for is dress for success. Gentlemen who have long hair, you may be told to cut your hair because again, this is getting you prepared for the business world. Also, one of the prerequisites is to take a course in golf. Why? Because where are many of your business deals made? On the golf course. Sometimes in the field of martial arts, karate. So there are a lot of fields coming up where you make the connections, you establish the network, the deals are made. So in order to get these deals made, again, it requires taking golf, taking martial arts, or something that forms a cohesiveness with leaders and executives, from various corporations. The other one we have is the School of Engineering and Technology. For individuals who want to get their pilot's license, engineering technology, you can major in chemical engineering, computer engineering, electrical, mathematical, so many areas to get into. We have an air traffic controller program where many students can undertake and secure a job with an air traffic controller position with the government or private sector upon completion of their studies here at Hampton University. So again, we have a lot of things going on. We have a wealth and we're constantly growing. I would also like to add that we are the only HBCU who has had the longest running president of all the HBCU, actually for all the colleges. Our president, Dr. William R. Harvey, has been president of Hampton University for 44 years. And that's a tremendous honor for us. So again, if you have any questions, please let me know.
Thank you, Mr. Davis.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna also say for Brother Davis, I'm sorry for interrupting. For Brother Davis, he asked me a little while ago to pull up the virtual tour of Hampton University. We didn't get to it, but I'm gonna put the YouTube link in the chat. And so any students, if you want to go back and look at the virtual tour of Hampton University, I just put the link in the chat so you can look at that when the call ends.
And if you have any questions, put in the chat as well. He'll be able to answer those, and we'll get those answered for you at the end. Right now, we're going to take it to my hometown, Nashville, Tennessee. Got to do it big for us. We're the last, but certainly not least. So just so we're clear, Nashville, Tennessee, Tennessee State University, the Tennessee State University, was founded in 1912. It is a public HBCU, home of the best fish sandwich you'll get at homecoming. I'm talking cheese, hot sauce, mustard, pickles, and onions if you like them. It is an experience. I love it. Home of the aristocrat of bands, the sophisticated ladies. They keep it very classy. Love it. I'm putting it into you like this. Tennessee State University is the real TSU. And there you have it. We're going to do it like this because that's how I do it. I get hype for my hometown. Hold on. Of course, it's a commercial. Just 1 second. A little commercial. Skip. And we have our Dr. Scott is going to talk to us about Tennessee State University. But originally, go ahead. I was going to say TSU. Go ahead.
I love your energy, Lauren, and I'm so excited to be here with all of these amazing HBCU students, whatever school you choose. I hope you choose the best school for you. We all have great programs and great things to offer, but I am here to talk about the Tennessee State University. So of course I have a presentation and I do want to set the mood so that you are now here in Nashville, Tennessee. So I want you to come and talk to me. I have the best, Tennessee State University has the best HBCU band. So I hope that you enjoy this really quick clip.
1, 2, ready, hey.
The mood and get you acquainted with Tennessee State University. I can see that some of you have already visited my QR code. That QR code takes you to my landing page here at TSU. My name again is Dr. Carjamin Scott, and I actually serve as our Director of Digital Recruitment and Virtual Engagement and Enrollment Partnership And so I am available outside of the hours of 8 to 4:30, and I can meet you at your high school or your church or your organization. Just schedule an appointment to meet with me, and I am happy to do so. I love attending virtual events and meeting students. Today, I'm going to give you some history about Tennessee State. I will introduce you to a few of our graduates. We will talk about our location, which we are here in Nashville, Tennessee. I'll give you quick facts about TSU, inclusive of the programs that we have to offer, as well as our student-led clubs and organizations. We'll talk about our NCAA Division I athletics department, as well as different places that you can live on campus. We'll discuss career services, admissions requirements, and tuition fees and scholarships. So welcome to the land of golden sunshine, the Tennessee State University here in Nashville, Tennessee. I bring you greetings from our Board of Trustees, our faculty, our staff, and our wonderful President Dr. Glenda Baskin Glover, who says that we have an awesome responsibility to challenge minds, to change lives, and to ensure the future. Everything we do must be done with that in mind. So I promised at the beginning that I would introduce you to a few of Tennessee State graduates. And Dr. Glover herself, President Glenda Baskin Glover, was once a student here at Tennessee State University. So after you graduate from our institution, the opportunities are endless for you. You might come back and become an instructor or a department chair, or even the president of our university. We have been around since 1901. We started off as Agricultural and Industrial State Normal School. We were founded on Juneteenth. If you know what that day represents in American history, please do leave that in the chat. I would love to know if you know the historical significance of that day. We were founded on June 19th, 1912 in Nashville, Tennessee. And we have developed from a university with 500 acres main campus to also having a campus in downtown Nashville, which is known as the Avon Williams Center. We have over 65 buildings. We have a brand new health sciences center. We are building a brand new dormitory. We have received a generous donation from Robert Covington, who is a NBA player, and we are building a men's and women's basketball facility. So right now, I know we've been around for a long time, but right now is the time to choose Tennessee State. We've been around for over 120 years, and we have associate's degrees, bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and doctoral degrees. And some students actually decide to get not only their associates or bachelor's, but they come back and get their master's and their doctoral degrees. And I know that I'm probably on this event talking with mainly students who want to come to college for the first time. But there may be students here who already have bachelor's degrees who thought about getting their master's or their doctorate degree. So I hope that you consider Tennessee State University as well. So in the chat, yes, thank you so much for talking about Tennessee State and the significance of Juneteenth. It was the day that we celebrate. It marks the day that African Americans were freed from enslavement here in America. So thank you so much for participating in the conversation and commenting in the chat. So I've already virtually introduced you to President Glenda Baskin Glover, but we do have a number of other graduates of Tennessee State. If any of you have one of these pesky devices, I cannot get mine to shut off. Jesse Russell was the inventor of the cell phone microchip. So yes, the cell phone technically was created at Tennessee State University. He made our phones become wireless devices with his invention. of the microchip. And he studied electrical engineering at TSU. Dr. Deborah Cole was the former CEO of Citizens Bank, and she's a two-time Tiger. She received her bachelor's and her MBA degrees from TSU. And you know what? Dr. Deborah Cole is also the president of our board of trustees as well. Wilma Rudolph is just one of the many notable athletes that studied at our university. She is a world record-holding Olympic champion and international sports icon in track and field. And she represented the United States in the 1956 and 1960 Olympic Games. She studied elementary education and biology at TSU. And speaking of sports, our head football coach is Coach Eddie George. He is a former Heisman Trophy winner and former Tennessee Titan. Our football team plays its games at the Nissan Stadium. That's the same stadium that the Tennessee Titans play their games at. Also, this is a really well-kept secret about Tennessee State, but out of all HBCUs, Tennessee State has sent the most football players to the NFL. Dr. Levi Watkins was an American heart surgeon and civil rights activist, and he studied biology at TSU. And so if you know anybody with a pacemaker, you owe a debt of gratitude to Dr. Watkins, because he was the first to successfully implant an automatic defibrillator in a human patient at Johns Hopkins University. And who knew that Oprah Winfrey is also one of our graduates? And there are tons more graduates of TSU, books made about them, movies written about them, landmarks named after them. So please do visit tsupointsoffride.com to get connected with your future network when you choose Tennessee State University. And so I have a recap slide here because I know that I have 15 minutes. And so I wanted to make sure that I was able to discuss some really important things about our school. Been around since 1912. Our enrollment is about 8,000 students. We have students that come from all over the world. There's nowhere you can go and not meet a TSU graduate. The average ACT of our most recent incoming class was a 19, and our average GPA was a 3.0. Our student faculty ratio is intimate in size, so about 15 students per one instructor. 98% of our instructors, professors have a terminal degree, that is PhD and et cetera. We do have Division I NCAA athletics, and we have our own website about our athletic department. There's a QR code that you can scan at any time during my presentation to be led to our website and learn more. Some of our top academic programs, which we have over 50, are nursing, business, biology, psychology, history, and health sciences. And I'm so excited to mention again that we recently built a new health sciences building. So if you're a biology major or health sciences major or life and physical sciences major, you will likely have all of your classes in our brand new building. Not only do we have accredited state-of-the-art programs, but we're also in Nashville, Tennessee. And Nashville is ranked by Forbes magazine as a top 3 city. So there are a number of businesses that are moving to Nashville that you could possibly work at. One of my colleagues who I really respect and admire is Ms. Antoinette Duke, and she oversees the Career Services Department here at Tennessee State University. Some of the major corporations that are here are Alliance Bernstein, Amazon, Google, Nissan, HCA Healthcare, just to name a few. And I jokingly say that the city bird here in Nashville is the crane, because everywhere you look, there's a crane in the sky. There are new buildings being built. And that's no exception at TSU. You know, we're building a brand new dorm. We're building a new basketball facility. We're building a new alumni welcome center. And we just built a new health sciences building. We also have a partnership with Apple because we believe that all students should learn how to code and create. So we have a National Smart Technology Center, whereas after students have graduated from Tennessee State, they can come back and at no cost learn how to code and create through our partnership with Apple. The only thing you have to do is show up. We even give you your iPads that are issued to you to learn how to code and create applications. We are a historically Black college and university. We were built for minorities, people of color, African Americans to thrive and get an education when other schools did not allow us to learn, and it was deemed illegal for us to be illiterate. We're also a public university. Our FAFSA school code is 003522. So please do list our school code on the FAFSA so that you can get your grant and loan dollars that will help you with paying for school. We do have scholarships available for students, for merit scholarships from the Office of Admissions. You just have to be accepted to be considered. You do not have to complete a separate scholarship application if you've been accepted to Tennessee State University for the merit scholarships. I always suggest that students apply for scholarships through outside sources as well, like with the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund, or through Scholly, or through HBCU Hub, or through Scholarship America or FastWeb, because we know scholars get dollars, and who wants to turn down extra money, right? To be competitive for most scholarships, you need to have at least a 3.0 GPA. We have community college scholarships, and we have the prestigious Dr. Levi Watkins Medical Dental Scholarship. That program is an accelerated pathway, whereas after you have received your biology degree from TSU, and you'll get it in 3 years, then you would go to Meharry Medical College to get your MD, so medical doctor, or DDS, Doctor of Dental Surgery degree there. So it's a prestigious program. Our admissions requirements for general admission is a 2.5 GPA. We're test score optional or test score blind, so you don't have to submit those records. However, if you do, it does help us with figuring out which courses you should take. So you should submit them if you have them. We're rolling admission. We're going to admit students up until the week before school starts. Same with scholarship for merit scholarships from admission. We're rolling admission for that too. So we could issue a scholarship right before school starts. And also our campus life is thriving. We have Mr. and Miss TSU. We have the Royal Court. We have the student government. We have the best HBCU band in the land. You heard from the aristocrat of bands. We have the sophisticated ladies and the New Direction Gospel Choir. Speaking of which, the AOB recently performed at a parade in Los Angeles, the Rose Bowl Pasadena parade. They have also performed on the White House lawn for President Obama. They performed virtually for President Joe Biden. They performed internationally. Our New Direction Gospel Choir has been on BET Sunday's Best. They performed with Kirk Franklin and Bishop Bobby Jones. Nashville is a music city. We're known as Music City. So there's so many opportunities if you're interested in music and dance and theater. We have over 100 student-led clubs and organizations, as well as an honors college. And we have all Divine Nine Greek lettered fraternities and sororities. So I believe that's my time, but there's my contact information at the bottom of this slide, as well as there's a QR code in my background that you could scan to get in touch with me. And I hope that I've answered all of your questions. Well, I hope that I was able to give you great information about Tennessee State, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Awesome. So yeah, I got to take a little trip to my hometown. Loved all that. A lot of good things going on. Love going home. I go home often. My family's still there. So you've heard from everybody. So I'm going to open up the floor to give you guys some time to ask any last minute questions that you had. Please make sure, school representatives, that you're checking the box to see if the question is related to your school to answer on them. So I have one from Trevor. It says, are your classes lecture-based or discussion-based? So I think it may depend on the course. So
yeah, that's true. That's true, Lauren. Dr. Simpson, it depends on what course it is that you're taking. It could be a hybrid or a little bit of both. And it also depends on the professor as well and what's on their syllabus.
All right, we can get one more question directed for TSU. Then after that, if you have any questions for any of the universities we heard today, you can put them in the chat and they will answer. They'll answer them in the box. And then we're going to go on to some more giveaways. Who doesn't want giveaways? So, all right. So I'm going to give you a little bit of seconds if you have one more question for Tennessee State. He also says, are there opportunities to build leadership skills on campus?
Absolutely. There are offices that host leadership and development institutes. And then we also have a number of clubs and organizations that you could be a part of. And then we also have student government, whereas students could vote for you to be freshman class president or Mr. Miss TSU, et cetera. So absolutely, those opportunities are endless.
They have Miss Freshman, Miss, they have all, they get involved with even the different dorms and different things with that. And one more thing, like far as the facts, since we're speaking facts, the president that she spoke about, Dr. Glenda Glover, is also the president of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated nationally. So she is definitely exemplifying leadership on the campus and off the campus. So just so you know, she has 2 president titles, just so you're aware. Back again, dental program. They don't have a dental program, but they do have like a track that gets you to the dental program. Nashville, Tennessee is the home of Meharry College. So she mentioned it in her presentation. It's a track where you can go, get your prerequisites and get you to Meharry College. Meharry is located in Nashville, Tennessee, down the street on a historical Jefferson Street. So that part I didn't know, but she did bring it up in the presentation. So yeah, so you have a lot of opportunities to do pre-dental programs in basically all of these universities. All right. So you guys ready for some more giveaways?
Yes. Okay, so we are hanging in there. We are now wrapping it up, and I appreciate everyone who has stayed on to hear about Hampton University and Tennessee State University. I do want to give a giveaway out to 2 special people, and that would be a person who has participated the most throughout the event. And I would say, and I went based on the chat. I just kind of went back to the chat to see who the commentary was. Who I know it would be Trevor Washington. Definitely, Trevor, you've been asking a lot of great questions and have definitely been engaged in this process. And I'm sure the next time I see you, we'll have more discussion in reference to where you see yourself landing at any of these institutions. And then Mackenzie. Is Mackenzie still on? I think Mackenzie Scott. And these are for our students. Mackenzie Scott, are you still on with us? Does anyone know of Mackenzie Scott? Does that name?
She's one of ours too, but she's one of ours.
Okay, all right. So Trevor Washington and Mackenzie Scott are our 2 most participating or engaged attendees today. So they both have received a giveaway, and Dr. Steele will just decide whichever ones you have available to give to those, and I'll get their information. Actually, you can probably ship it to us and we'll get it to them.
Okay, both of those are your students.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, all right. So Dr. Steele has 2 questions for the next giveaways, and then I have one more. Who is still on from the furthest region? Is there anyone from out of state? Is there anyone on here from another state other than Georgia? Anyone on from out of state? You can unmute yourself.
And Taylor, look into the chat. Dr. Scott answered you. They do have an associate in dental hygiene. Feel free to contact, and she gave her email. So you have that information. Make sure you screenshot.
Okay, so we don't have anyone from out of state on here today. Everyone's here locally in Georgia. Okay, all right. Well, last year we had someone from Boston, so I was hoping we could have some more out of staters. All right, go ahead, Dr. Steele, it's on you.
Okay, first question. What Hampton University is located in what state?
Whoever answers first. Okay, we got one.
Oh, there we go. Is that Aisha?
Boyce.
Aisha's Boyce. Make sure that you all have that. That's Aisha Boyce.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Yep.
Congratulations, Aisha. Aisha, you will receive a keychain from Hampton University.
So I'm going to, so Gabe, I think was another person. Let's put Gabe on there too. He answered it. Aisha won our first question, but we have enough giveaways. So Gabe was our next new, I think, person who hasn't received anything.
Okay. All right.
Hey, Gabe.
Gabe, where are you representing from?
St. James.
Congratulations, Gabe.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. And the last question. How many years have Tennessee State been around? All right, the first one, it is 120 years. McGill, that's Jeremiah?
I think, did she win one?
It's Jamaria.
Jamaria, sorry, Jamaria, I do apologize. Did you just win a prize earlier?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Okay.
So goes to Taylor Sharp.
Yes, congratulations to both of you all, but I believe we have extra prizes, Dion. So we can still get, we have two people got that right. So Jeremiah could still get a gift, and Taylor.
Sounds good. And Aisha, I have her down for a double one too. Aisha for two.
Okay, thank you all, and congratulations to all of you all. Your prizes will be shipped next week, and Dion will get those to you as well.
Yes, make sure you guys send your addresses to Dr. Steele so she has it. And folks, I will have her ship those to our office. And Trio and Upper Bound folks. All right, Mr. Stallings, can you close us out?
Just one second. Sorry, I apologize. Give them time to send me their address. Gabe, you just sent me I need your city and state and your zip code, okay? You all go ahead and type in your address. I need those.
Absolutely. So as you winners send that message to Dr. Steele, I just want to say thank you all for participating. Thank you so much for our amazing presenters today. You all have done a wonderful job representing your illustrious institutions. So we greatly, greatly appreciate you coming and sharing with all of these eager students. Students, I want to thank you so much for staying on, especially those of you that have still stuck around. We know that we ran a little bit over our time, but your willingness to kind of stick around and receive this great information, it means a lot to us, and I'm sure it means a lot to all of the presenters that were still presenting even as we went past the time. So on behalf of Community Teen Coalition and all of the TRIO programs, as well as our guests from St. James and from the CAP program, we just want to say thank you again, and we hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend.
All right, thank you all. We'll stay on for a little bit if anyone has additional questions, but that concludes our event. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you all. You all be safe.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, so let me see. We still have my folks on. I think so.
Y'all did a great job. Lauren, you were an excellent moderator. Good job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Florian, the
Brother
joke.
Florian, you a clown, man. Brother Florian, a whole clown.
A whole clown.
Naturally,
yes.
And then he sent me a message to I'm funny. No, sir. You are funny.
Yes.
Listen, y'all a trip. Cause whoever hit me with that Jodeci comment, that one about took me out.
Yeah. That was Fayetteville State.
Yeah. Mr. Hawkins say Jodeci is responsible for 40% of all the HBCU students.
Man, I was dying on the floor when I heard that, man.
Man.
We keep you guys with the student enrollees, right? We keep you in business. All right, so for my institutions, if there's any information you want to send directly to me that we can send to our students, just email it to that email address where you received the information. And we can just, send a mass email out to our students. Are any of you doing in-person tours right now, or is it just virtual?
Well, right now at Hampton, we just resumed giving in-person campus tours Monday through Friday, but at 3 different times. And the times are 9:30, 11:30, and 3:30. So that's the only time the individual, and I'm going to get the link and send you the link if there's anyone who wants to come to visit the campus, but they would have to register first. Unfortunately, that's the only way they can visit, just not a simple walk-on.
Okay, I need that link like ASAP then so I can get us started because we plan on coming to Virginia.
Is that group tours or individual tours?
Those are group tours. What happens is when the individuals come, first they get a briefing from us, then we have a representative from the student recruitment team who will then take them on a tour throughout the campus once they have the briefing with us.
And we have the same thing at Jackson State. They have to register for the tour. So I'll put that in.
Okay. The brother that just got on for a minute, if you go ahead and send me your link, and I'll go ahead and get that link to you as to where you can go ahead and register.
All right, I'm about to put it in the chat.
Okay.
And Mr. Florian said they do in-person tours Monday through Friday at 10 noon for admitted students. Currently, there is no app and no fee. He can't talk to us now. His jokes, he said, oh, let me just type it now. Y'all did a great job.